Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, people? Hope y'all been doing good, man. I know I didn't stream Wednesday. I mean, not Wednesday, Monday. Been dealing with like a sickness, but wanted to go at least today. You know, it's going to be a good one. We continue in the series we talked about last week, A Day in the Life of an Israelite. This is going to be part 2, where, you know, we break down what a lot of brothers quite honestly love to talk about, you know, which is females, you know. But, you know, women are an important part of every man's life, especially when you're a brother in the truth. You know, women are integral. And, you know, we want to just kind of break down the dynamic of the modern day female, you know, what it's like to deal with the modern day female, but more importantly, what it's like to deal with the modern day female when you a righteous brother. So I got my bros, Ghetto Genius. I got my bros Malak. But before we get started, you know, and give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, we're gonna bless this live stream. And just to let y'all bros know, I might sound tired, just been dealing with headaches and other shit. So I don't know how long the live gonna be, but we gonna just do it and we gonna see how it goes. But y'all brothers got any opening statements?
First and foremost, I want to give all the praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakwadash. You know, blessing to be back here to edify, you know, the lambs and the sheep of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. If I sound a little tired too, it's been a long ass day, but you know, we going.
You sound a little tired just because I'm tired, nigga.
Exactly. Hey, bro, it's almost 10 o'clock on the East Coast, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but we here, you know, get it in. You know, once again, all praise to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Brakathum. To all the brothers watching, hey, let's get it.
Yeah, man. All the praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And I guess I'm the only motherfucker that's not tired. Ain't that something? But almost 10 o'clock up in Atlanta. Look like it's gonna rain on my street soldier ass tonight. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it work. Hopefully I'm coming out loud and clear. And you know,
you like a little shit you could sleep underneath, nigga, like a slide or some shit.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga could be under a slide, you know what I'm saying? Or a nigga might be dancing like a Marion in the rain like a Marion and you got served, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Nigga like Usher and you got it bad.
Yeah. You never know, man. But yeah, man. I mean, hey, let the Lord continue to give us our daily bread, mental, physical, and most importantly, spiritual. And you know, be grateful for every day and let's get it.
Yes, sir. So shout out to Akram, to Alistair, bro. Good. What's up to you, bro? But yeah, bro, we wanted to break this down because, you know, a lot of niggas, especially a lot of brothers in the truth who used to be a part of like the red pill, you know, niggas in the red pill, you know, they always talk about women and like how to deal with women, female nature and all these different aspects. And I'm gonna be honest, the truth is the red pill. And when niggas talk about female nature, that's just one aspect of the red pill. You get what I'm saying? Oh, shalom to you, Eli. So it's like we don't not talk about female nature. It's just we understand that it's not the most important thing. What do we talk about the most? We talk about the doctrine, my nigga, because that's the most important part when it comes to spiritual shit. But women are an important part. I mean, there's, you know, entire chapters of certain books devoted to women, but women is not. There's not the book of Genesis is not 50 chapters about bitches. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Whereas, you know, the red pill, you know, obviously these niggas, that's what they do. They make their money off of men, you know, talking about women all day. You know, I made a post on Twitter. I said, to be honest, the red pill is just an excuse for a lot of niggas to talk about hoes all day and not look like a simp, because I'm gonna be real, most brothers really just focus on hoes. And I want to ask y'all brothers a question. What do you feel is the modern role, the role of the modern day woman when it comes to the Israelite man?
In terms of the modern woman, I would say the role that she most definitely, I would say the role that she plays, that she acts out the most, in modern society is is probably what's the right word I'm looking for?
Distraction.
Distraction. This is what definitely a distraction. This is what I will say. The modern day woman plays the secretary to the serpent. You know, in the modern day, that's her main role, is playing the secretary to the serpent.
Well,
basically doing the work of the
go ahead.
serpent, doing the bidding of the serpent, to throw the Israelite man, especially the righteous-minded Israelite man, off his square, off his game, aka his focus on the Most High.
How you feel, Ken?
Shit, how I feel is about to rain again. You gotta move, but yeah, shit. Basically, she's all depends. If you're approaching it from a righteous perspective, I would say, damn, because ain't that many of them. Let me focus on that fair perspective. Never mind.
So just in general, the average modern day woman.
Let's go with that.
When it comes to the nation of Israel, what is her role?
What is her role? What should be her role, or what is her role right now?
What is her role? Not what should be her. We know what should be.
What role does she play out more often than not in the modern day world stage?
Well, hey, I did a story series a long time ago, called "Satan Works Through the Woman." So I mean that pretty much puts that into proper perspective. I just say for the most part, the woman's role is going to be to play out prophecy from a destructive perspective. If I really just want to be honest with you, for the most part. So that's really all there is to it. I mean, what Isaiah the 3rd chapter, verses 1 through 12, Isaiah the 47th chapter. I mean, really. That's really the best way I can put it. And then from a metaphorical sense, you could say Revelation the 17th chapter.
That's a good metaphor.
Yeah. So I honestly, even though we all know that chapter is twofold, but you know.
No, I get what you're saying. Just like Isaiah 47.
Mm-hmm. So that's really all I can say.
I mean, for me personally, the Jake woman is a handler, nigga. You know, she like a handler for the so-called black man. And shout out to Judah, because I remember he was talking about this. This is in his video, because I always knew about the red pill and shit like that. And niggas be like, oh, women's nature is to be manipulative and all this other shit. But it honestly hit different when he was comparing the modern day black woman to Total Recall, that nigga Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife, how she was really trying to keep that nigga in control the whole time. I mean, bro, that's honestly the most thing, because you liken her into a handler because, one, she has your emotional attachments. I mean, every brother has an attachment with a woman, whether it's a girlfriend, a wife, a mom, a daughter, a granddaughter. I mean, a grandma, auntie. You all got an emotional tie. And second of all, you've all been deemed to venerate her and put her on a pedestal from birth. So she has a certain influence over you. And the reason why she's a handler is because she gets orders from the higher ups to control you and keep you in a certain mood. And whenever you go offline, she'll do her tactics to try to guilt shame you. Black men don't protect black women. Black men are the enemy. Black men are this and black men are that. So in my opinion, the average day liberal black woman plays the role of a fucking handler. This is my honest opinion. But the handler, what's up?
I was just going another thing that it said: black men are the. It was black men are the white men of black people.
Yep.
What?
You don't know about that video?
Oh, you don't know about that?
I heard about it. It's just like it's dumb.
Oh, you need to watch. COJ did a whole. What was that? Him versus it was Jamel Hill. Look up Jamel Hill versus black men.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't think I watched the whole shit. I don't be liking
that funny.
Jamel Hill. That bitch is annoying.
Yeah, that shit was funny, bro. It's on YouTube. Yeah, that shit's funny.
Let me check that shit out. I watched the ones with Donald Trump and them other niggas and shit. But
those were good too. But yeah, that one was funny.
But yeah, bro. I mean, that's facts, bro. I mean, I was talking with Sweet earlier today, dog. Like, my cousin, I love my cousin. We got a good relationship, but I remember I went over to her house to take pictures, and long story short, she just got a tattoo gun. So I thought it was like a fake tattoo gun. And it turns out she actually had a real tattoo gun. So, like, long story short, she's dating a nigga who, she be dating on and off. He honestly is simp, bro. He just be coming around whenever she going through like her trauma and shit. You know what I'm saying? She's just a dick he can rely on. No offense to the brother. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, long story short, she had this gun and she was telling me how she had it and shit. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. And then she was like, yeah, I tested out on my on him. I'm like, oh, for real? She's like, yeah, I drew a Pac-Man eating dots. I was like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, nigga, why would you let your girlfriend practice on your fucking arm? Like that too, bro. I was like, and that's just common sense. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like nigga, you lost your goddamn mind. But then, to top it all off, it was a real tattoo. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, on Sunday, she told me how he called her saying that the tattoo ripped off. So this nigga got a tattoo that ripped off her fucking arm. She just did this shit randomly. Like, no sense whatsoever, bro.
No
and then she's alluding to it. She's like, yeah, I got this tattoo gun, but there's like nobody I could practice on. Like, I ain't gonna say you could practice on me, but when I told Swin, it was like, yeah, man, these women, they be doing the bidding of the serpent. Because think about it.
Exactly.
Favorite cousin, she decided to buy a fucking tattoo gun. She be telling me, hey, you trying to smoke weed every time I go around her. She just doing her sorcery, bro. And it's like, even when you don't think that shit is real, the shit that happened between Adam and Eve, the more you interact with women on a daily basis and the more you get a better understanding of who women really are, you really start to understand that they're just agents for Satan, bro. Like, in all honesty, bro.
And the thing about it is, like, women, in their wicked state, that's why I was saying that women are the secretary, the modern day woman, the modern day liberal woman. That's why I said she's the secretary of the serpent, aka she does the bidding of the serpent. She does the work of the serpent. she's the serpent's hoe for the most part. That's just how it is. That's why I was saying she does the bidding of the serpent, because everything that she likes to do, everything she's inclined to do, everything that she is drawn to is just pure wickedness, man. And it's used by the serpent, the physical representation of the serpent being Esau, Edom, to draw you off square, to take you off your circle, to draw you into her zone. That's why you were saying the modern day woman is a handler. Part of her ability to being a handler, or her duties, rather say, while being a handler, is to strip the righteous minded Israelite man of understanding who he is, understanding who his head is, understanding where his focus needs to lie, and things of that nature. She manipulates his life into thinking that the attention, the focus should be on her 100% of the time, and everything that he wants to do should go to the back burner. Now, am I blaming her 100% for this? No, because at the end of the day, as a man, you are responsible for who you allow to, affect your life in that way. But women are a spawn of society. That's why I always say a woman's, like, people in the red community talking about a woman's imprint when they go into a man, one of the first three men that she has sex with. I always say the woman's imprint is society. Society is the woman's real imprint, because everything that society pushes and promotes that she should be, that she should be focused in doing, what I'm saying? She does, for the most part. A lot of these women, they have very similar minds. Like I always say, you meet one black woman, you've met them all. It just is what it is. You've met all of them. There's really no individualism within them. That's why they all do the bidding, of the serpent. You know what I'm saying? Because they all can come together in unison for one common goal, which is to draw the Israelite man, away, from his head, that being Yahweh Shai, to, her being the head of him. And I got a precept to get on that. Is the book of Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, and the 22nd verse. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And we see that in modern day time. A woman has compassed a man. The woman doing the bidding of the serpent has taken the man off of his pathway, and now the man thinks that she's his head instead of Yahweh Shah being his head. And when that's the case, he's going to hearken on the wickedness he's going to hearken unto the wickedness that she promotes to him, because he views her as the divine figure of understanding, wisdom, and direction, instead of viewing Yahweh Shai as the understanding of wisdom, knowledge, and direction. So, and we see the product of that in modern day time.
Yeah, that's true, bro. And I mean, I'll say this: when it comes down to it, like Judah said, like no matter how much in the truth you are, a woman is always gonna go off, man. A woman always is gonna spiritually try to lead you off, bro. Because again, bro, the Most High is not dealing with these women. So if the Most High is not dealing with these women, somebody got to be dealing with them spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Especially if a woman not underneath you, she not taking correction, and more importantly, you know, if we not harking on to the ways of the Most High as a nation, which, you know, 80%, 90% of the time we're not, you know, the Most High is going to place these curses on us. And that's what it's been throughout history. It is going on right now. So it's like, you know, realistically, if you're dealing with a woman, bro, like she's going to be off put. You know what I'm saying? So you got to always remember that. That's the first thing you got to do. The title of this live is Dealing with Demonic Women. Because first thing you got to understand is most of these bitches are demonic. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know, this society wants you to be politically correct. Oh, these bitches are angels. It's not even the fact of them being good or evil. Like, that's not what we talking about from an innocent or slut perspective. We just talking about from a spiritually wicked perspective. Like, yeah, what's hey man, y'all can share y'all experiences. What's some of the wickedest shit you ever seen women do?
Just real quick before you brothers go into sharing those, I just want to bring out one more precept real quick. This is the book of Sirach, the 25th chapter, and I'm sorry, the 15th verse.
Here we go.
There is, hey man, it's the truth, man. There was no head above the head of the serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. I have rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth, it shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. You know, so just breaking that down and analyzing that, you know, the woman, that part of that wrath that emanates from the enemy, the serpent, the manifestation of him in the physical realm being Esau, you know, the so-called Caucasian man, you know, part of that wrath that emanates from him onto her shows her level of enmity towards the black man. Like a lot of black women, you know, so-called black women, you know, have a extreme amount of enmity towards the so-called black man, an extreme amount of consistent, you know, envy and jealousy, you know, showing itself being enmity towards the so-called black man. So that's part of that wrath that's emanating from the serpent to control the minds of the woman, to put that onto the so-called black man or the Israelite man, period. You know, and then when we see, you know, within that enmity being pushed, you know, that causes you know, the Israelite woman to not want to, you know, listen, not want to take heed to understanding and wisdom, not want to be guided, you know, and cause her to have a heavy spirit of pride on her too. You know, that's why the scriptures say all wickedness but little to the wickedness of a woman. You know, because when a woman is lockstep with the serpent, you know, that same spirit that he has is gonna go onto her. And we all know how wicked you know, Esau is. We all know how wicked Esau is. Mm-hmm. So that spirit is that spirit is being pushed onto her as well, and she's just a willing pawn in the process because of the ability that she has to rise from his society when she listens to him over her own men. You know. So with that being said, that spirit of wickedness that he had is being pushed, and don't get twisted, she's not no victim. She's a willing participant. You know what I'm saying? A willing participant in the plan. That spirit of wickedness he has being pushed onto her. You know, and then that spirit of wickedness that's onto her is going onto the man. That's why the scripture let a portion of a sinner fall upon her, because just the act of viewing a woman as your head is sin. The act of viewing a woman as your you know, divine leader and force and guider of higher level understanding and wisdom, that's going off, man. That's completely going off. So that's why sinners fall into the hands of wicked women, which means ultimately you're falling into the hands of Esau, because she's just manifesting the spirit that onto you that he puts onto her. So that's why the scriptures say, like, understand how the scriptures say as well, how a woman shall compass a man. How the woman is the head of the man in this day. The woman is the leader of the community. The woman is the answer, for more important matters. I mean, the woman is I'll say it's the go-to source for decision making on more important matters. Her word is bond above the man's, things of that nature. So if you're a man and you're hearkening unto that, if you're a man and you're listening to that and you're taking what she says as gospel, then ultimately you're going to fall into her hands, because all she's doing is further explaining in a more bombastic way the message that the so-called white man gives to her through his programming, his TV shows, his movies, his music. All of that is controlled by him. All of that is controlled by their top head of Amalek, man. And they just push that down to their lower level people, and they push that through certain avenues that Jakes like to consume, certain forms of entertainment, music, TV, things of that nature, celebrity worship. They push that same spirit through those avenues that Jakes like to hearken into, and then the woman is taking that, and as gospel, and then they're pushing that onto the man, causing the man to fall. Which, when the man falls, you have no structure, because the man is the one that's supposed to give the order, structure, and stability unto the family, the children. That's why the community and the families are so downtrodden, because the one who's supposed to push that spirit of order and righteousness and stability is listening to, is at the bottom and is crumbled down, listening to, his head in this modern time, which is the woman, and she's listening to her head, which is the serpent, which is, and it's all wickedness. That's why you see a lot of, kids growing up a lot of these demon kids, a lot of these devilish children, that are 8 years old, 10 years old, and just don't listen. Just mean spirited children. You wonder, like, what's wrong with this? It's because they're not implemented with the structure of righteousness from a very young age. Because more often than not, Israelite families, come from two different backgrounds. Either if it's a single mom environment, or it's a mother and a father, but the father is not the head of the family. The father's not the spiritual head of the family. Even if he makes more money, he's not the spiritual head of the family in terms of the power of influence of decision making. That is the woman for the most part. It's very rare that, especially, Israelites in general, but especially so-called black people, have a structure, a family structure with a father and a mother, and the father is the spiritual head of wisdom, understanding, and decision, and going into decision making. That's a very rare environment. Which, when you don't have that, you're gonna grow up under, ultimately under Esau's, rulership, because the woman is not real rulership. She's just pushing the spirit of Esau.
And one thing I'll say too, when it comes down to it, I notice a lot of brothers who are in the truth. Usually, a woman comes around whenever they're trying to like build into it. I don't know if y'all ever noticed that.
What do you mean by that?
Like, when a brother's trying to get more invested in growing the truth, usually when they fall off is when a woman comes around.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll get a precept on that real quick.
Don't take it.
Let's see.
Go ahead, Ghetto. I mean, it's open talk, bro.
No, but I'll let him rip. I just
you going to first Esdras?
Nope. Okay,
all
good.
Right. You ain't we good then. Hey, this is our first Esdras 4:26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. So running out of your wits, what's that? Running out of your knowledge. You're running out of your losing your knowledge and understanding. That's what running out of your wits means. But like Young High Flyers was saying, many men have run out of their wits for women, because ultimately the reason why men do that, because they're not taught from, like going with what I was saying earlier, they're not taught that structure. That family structure is trodden down because the woman has come past the man. the man is listening. The man is fault. The man is in sin because he's listening to the woman instead of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. So he's falling into her hands, like the scripture say. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. All of that's going into, which ends up manifesting itself into what Young Hot Flyers was saying. When women are able to throw men off their squares and off their circle in regards to this truth. A lot of brothers, they get the truth, they get the understanding, but because they want to live a lifestyle dominated by the access to females, they end up, or a lifestyle where access to females is a heavy part of his lifestyle instead of access to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because of that, he is running out of his wits, and what's the reason? Is for women. Now, brothers can say it's because of this, because of this, because of this. But let me ask you, what is the reason why you're pursuing this and this that makes you quote unquote high value? Is it just for yourself, or let's be honest, is a lot of it for women? Let's just be real.
I was gonna say, when it comes to like a lifestyle choice that you gotta have, you gotta dwell in and a lot of times you gotta dwell in wickedness, spiritual wickedness, to keep these women around. I mean, your parent, think about where most liberal women are around. What are they around? They're around LGBT. They're around feminism, feminazi. They're around quote unquote equal opportunity. They're around Christian churches. They're around the Democratic Party. Like, realistically, bro, let's just be honest. How many of y'all niggas I'm gonna ask y'all, but just yes or no question. How many? Or whether y'all do or you don't. How many of y'all support any of the things that I just said?
Crickets.
So it's like imagine if you were quote unquote conservative. I'm not conservative, but you know what I mean. Like a more traditional brother. You don't support these alphabet communities. You don't support women empowerment. You know what I'm saying? You don't support, all these alternative lifestyles. I mean, nigga, what is it called? Your boatloads for women is extremely limited. Like, there's one bro I know. He's a friend of. He's like, he's not really like a good friend of mine. He's like more of an acquaintance. A nigga told me that he'll act gay to get women comfortable.
Wow.
Like, he'll make it seem as if he's kind of fruity. That way the woman is on the defense until he realizes that that's what my homie told me. Now I don't know how true it is or not, but I ain't gonna lie. The niggas live in West Hollywood, so more than likely it's probably true. But you'll see niggas like that. Niggas will go to gay areas in West Hollywood because they know there'll be bad bitches there. Like, I'm
pathetic.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Before I was in the truth, my homies would tell me to go out there. West Hollywood is just weird as fuck, bro. Like that shit is like that shit need to be burned. It need to be stoned. It needs to be destroyed. It needs to be ripped off the face of the earth.
You can't come to Midtown.
Yeah. Oh hell no, bro.
I told Malak, I said, hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Atlanta sound like a good opportunity, but I can't deal with them abominations all day, my nigga. I don't know how y'all do it.
And yes,
you better stay out here in the north side.
Hey, but
you're not gonna see much of it out there.
Think about this though. All the places that got LG, alternative lifestyles, isn't that where all the bad bitches is at?
A lot of times,
that's true. A lot of times, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So spiritually wicked places and spiritually wicked things is usually what attracts the most women, bro.
Hey, and the fact that you said that brother, he was acting gay, acting, feminine in any kind of way, just for the acquisition of women. That just proves this precept. That proves First Ezra, 4:26 to 27. Man, he's Aaron. He's all out of his wisdom and understanding, all out of his logic. Like even just thinking logically, even without take the scriptures out of it. Even just a logical perspective that a man is supposed to come from. That's not even a logical level of understanding as a man. Why as a man would you even think to do that just for the acquisition of someone that you claim that you are above, that a lot of men say they're the prize. A lot of men say, men are the prize, women are the prize. And that's kind of a saying that goes on, in the manosphere and things like that. Well, if you're the prize, why are you,
conforming to them?
Conforming to her, to exactly, changing what changing what makes you to fit the appeal of her. You know, men going out of the men, running out of their wits for women, becoming servants for their sake. That's literally becoming a servant for the sake of the woman. You know, you're serving Baal for the sake of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, I might as well get this preset right now because
Go ahead,
the difference between what y'all talking about, like with the red pill and like the earthly, Chronicles said it, difference between the earthly man and the hopefully celestial man is understanding scriptures and prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
I always bring this before I get to the precept. I compare it to like the 2K My Park system, like the ranking system.
Yeah, I
like,
see.
Like you know how there's rookies, pros, stars,
Yeah.
superstars, legends, whatever.
Right.
The red pill, movement that we know about, the MGTOW, whatever. That's what turns rookies into pros. Like that's like your first taste of the red pill. Okay, cool, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible is what turns that understanding of the Most High's knowledge is what turns that pro into stars, superstars,
Hall of Fame.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
legends, whatever. Whatever level you get to, and when you get to that point, you start to understand that everything is really prophecy. Even
Right.
stuff like that you might not necessarily agree with. And speaking of that, we might as well get the usual Isaiah 3.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start at verse 8.
And then once you read that, I want to hark on to a point you said, bro.
Bet. Starting at verse 8. For Jerusalem stumbled, and Judah is fallen, because the tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. The look on their countenance witnesses against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They do not hide it. Woe to their soul, for they have brought evil upon themselves. Say to the righteous that it shall be well with them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe to the wicked, it shall be with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. Wow. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, those who lead you cause you to error. So it's prophecy. That's why we're going through it right now. When you reject the laws of the Most High, you not only do you never become that star or superstar or legend that Israelites are supposed to be, especially the Israelite man is supposed to be. You're not even most of these niggas are not even pros. They're rookies. They're rookie ones. Like they just got in the park. Like they don't know what the fuck.
Exactly, bro. And what I was gonna say with what you said when you said how the red pill is like rookie mode, like niggas gotta understand we don't hate the red pill. I'm gonna be honest, the red pill is what kind of led me to the truth, because the red pill helped me open my eyes to the reality. Because to be honest, before I found the red pill, I thought that everybody was just a good person, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I thought homies was good. I thought your bosses was good. Like you attract, like you know how people say you are what you attract or some shit. Yeah. So I thought every person around me was a good person because that's honestly a whole mistake, because you completely, if you quote unquote think you're a good person based off your standard, you automatically assume that people all around you are just good people without any type of discernment, without any type of understanding. And you know, a lot of women say shit like that. I got it. I'm gonna be honest. I got it from my mom. So it's kind of ironic, you know. But what I was saying was, you know, the red pill really opened me up to, like, first and foremost, how wicked women could be. You know, how evil they could be. A lot of the machinations that they have. And, you know, also led me to, like, just people in general. Because that's when I started realizing how shitty a lot of people who are around me were. So the red pill, like a criminal Alistair said, he said the red pill led me to COJ's channel and subsequently his Patreon. Like, facts, bro. Like, the red pill is what led me to get more understanding. It's just when niggas are still stuck on rookie mode when the Most High, because I'm going to be honest, bro. If you a red pill nigga, you have stumbled across some type of truth or Israelite. If you're an Israelite, you have stumbled upon that, bro. There's no way you can quote unquote say you red pill, claim this is the truth, the matrix, and you have not stumbled onto some type of Israelite truth shit. It's just a matter of if you're willing to accept it for what it is, or if you want to, you know, still dwell in the matrix, but quote unquote have a spiritual aspect to yourself. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro, when you go fully into this, you fully commit to the Most High, it's different from a nigga who's halfway in, halfway out, or a nigga who's completely sleeping. We're gonna break that down. But like, that's one thing that I noticed a lot of brothers who are quote unquote red pill is you know, a lot of these niggas is just, you know, they're
pros.
Yeah, they're pros, bro. And then honestly, when you on the level where you reading the Bible, you get an understanding, and you feel like the Most High and His Son are working with you. Like, I'm gonna be real, like women, this shit like elementary, my nigga. Like that's like LeBron going against like what's that nigga name off the Suns, Cameron Payne. Like, nigga, that's barbecue chicken. Like, I'm not even worried about that shit, bro. But when you on that red pill shit, it's like you like LeBron against the Dallas Mavericks in 2011. Like, you know that it's the enemy in front of you, but you don't really know what to do. And you always notice too with a lot of these red pill niggas is they got a lot of false paranoia. Because think about it, if you got the Most High working with you, bro. Because I want to read a scripture, bro. Hold up, this is let me see. This is the book of Sirach. I think it's chapter 6. Let me see. Oh, chapter 5. So it says, "Whoso feareth the Lord." Let me see. It says, "Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also." I don't think that's the same one. But long story short, how it says that when you're a man who fears the Lord, the Most High will give you, you know, good friends. If you're a man who fears the Lord, the Most High will give you a good woman. Or I know Swint and D-Band, they was talking to me last week. They're like, bro, you gotta have faith. Like, you can be in the world, you can move in the world as long as you got the spirit and know that you got the faith that the Most High is still dealing with you. There's no way these women are gonna be able to manipulate you and deceive you, because the Most High is gonna reveal to you who they really are. And I have a lot of testimonies that that's true. But how you brothers feel about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say when it came back to the like the My Park analogy, a lot of these red pill niggas, they I don't know if y'all played this last 2K game. I didn't, but I know about
20?
it. Yeah, 21. Like the My Part thing.
Nah, I
Like,
haven't played it.
niggas, like it was a the way it's set up now is like when you're a rookie, you stay in one spot. Like, it's like a rookieville, some shit. You gotta play till you get your ranking up so you can get out of it, right?
Right.
And I'm like, that's what these pros are. They got out of Rookieville. They in the park. They in the park now, but they not willing to go further. Like, they just willing to just stand there. They're just there like, okay, I'm a pro now. That's it, right? I'm done. No, you're not done. You barely even started. Like, understanding, mastering the earthly shit. That you just started, bro. Like, you gotta go further. But you know, if you're not an Israelite, you ain't gonna understand that any fucking way as the society goes down the drain anyway. So it is what it is. But yeah,
That's true, bro. And let me ask y'all a question, bro, because what do you think stops brothers from reaching that next level of the truth?
I think it all depends on who you are, because I still gotta add people to my Pro Tree channel on Instagram. But we was talking about this shit on Instagram, and I'm just like, cause we was watching what was her name? It's some Disney Channel girl, and she be talking about God and Jesus all the time.
China McClain.
I think her name's China something. China
and McClain.
Yeah. She was talking about. I shared one of the videos in my channel on Instagram, and she was talking about I think it was like the evidence of God. I forgot the conversation of it, which from a base level it was good, but she was, she's a typical Marxist, a typical liberal female. So she's all about holding hands and the Most High loves everybody and blah blah blah. And I'm like, everybody else in the chat was trying to give her like a little bit of credit. I just came out and said, man, this video was Marxist trash. I was like, I don't hear this shit. Yep. Like, that's not the problem here. The problem here is, and I know I'm gonna post it on Instagram at some point, but I'm just saying that, quite frank, if you're not, what's stopping a lot of people in general is they're not one of the descendants. They're not one of the descendants of Jacob's 12 sons, or in extension sense, his 2 grandsons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Well, and bottom line,
Well, I mean a brother who's clearly an Israelite.
Okay. Well, Well, that's one aspect, and then the other one, they could just be part of 2/3. Honestly, because like just look at us. I mean, it's like you got to know that there's got to be some type of in an indirect way because we're not in that time of divinity preference, but in an indirect way, we're like the Most High in an indirect way is activating those of us brothers, our minds and our hearts, because a lot of us were making those mistakes to various degrees before we understood any of this. So it's like the fact that we understand this has to be some level of intervention by the Most High, because a lot of us were making those type of either super simp or low key simp ass decisions that were fucking our life up when it came to women. So it's like the fact that we understand it now in 2021, when we very well could be the same idiots that's getting on the internet every day and worshiping women and I don't know, putting our fist up in the air and allowing them to think that they can still teach the Bible and be in the church and just being pastors or priests or whatever. It's just the fact that
I got a proposition that a lot of niggas not gonna like. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most red pill niggas worship women, bro.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
They worship women, bro, and it's because what is the woman set up as in this society? First, an emotional handler, and what else? A distraction. Mm-hmm. So these niggas who be on that red pill shit, what are they always talking about? How bitches are evil and emotionally scar you, and you get insecure around bitches. And more importantly, all you thinking about is a bitch 24/7. Just like the simp. What does a simp do? He's emotionally invested, worshiping the bitch, and he's thinking about how he can please her all day. A red pill nigga won't tell you that shit, but through his actions, he clearly worships women. Because, bro, I be going on Twitter, and there's one brother who I know this nigga. He niggas out for this, out for that, and all this other shit. But it's like every time I go on Twitter, the nigga's talking about a relationship. He's talking about a bitch. He's talking about how bitches are. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, nigga, you niggas literally talk about bitches every fucking day, bro. Like, and the thing is like when you're not in the truth, that's one of the energies of Satan, is that mother goddess worship, and the fact that all you constantly do is talk about hoes. Because when you take yourself out of a quote unquote gynocentric society, you're not focused on what a bitch is doing. You're just like, oh, okay, it's a bitch, a fine bitch. I seen her at Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, nigga, let me continue to read these scriptures. Let me continue to make money. Let me see what's going on in the world. When you got a red pill mindset, you think, oh, this bad bitch. Oh, let me see, bitch. I got 20 muscles. Bitch, look at me. Or bitch, I got a charger. I got to at me. Or you know what I'm saying, nigga? I got a negative.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Why you had to go there, man?
hey, look. That was the first car that came to mind, nigga.
Come on.
Yeah, all I had was the muscles, so I don't know about no Chargers.
That's a certain red pill nigga who got a Dodge Charger.
Yeah, a red pill nigga, man.
Hey, look, man. I be trying not to get on niggas, man, but it's just a habit, nigga. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I was gonna what was I gonna say before Malak go? Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead, Malak. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, you good, brother. But hey, I mean, what you saying is facts, bro. You know, a lot of red pill niggas. In fact, most. You know, and before I say what I'm gonna say, I do want to piggyback off a point, or land back off of a point that I said earlier when talking about the necessity of the red pill. The red pill is necessary. The development of the red pill, like Kenny was talking about with the 2K reference, Salak, that it is necessary. It's necessary. That rookie level is important. To that pro level, that's an important developing, stage, in a man. It's important. The red, like, you can't just, I mean, it's honest. I can't say you can't, because I can never put limits on what the Most High can do, but it's going to be difficult to transition from a Babylonian blue pill man to 100% man of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, overnight like that. That's a very difficult transition to make. You gotta you've got to rewrite so many years of indoctrination of programming. It's not going to happen to you overnight. So oftentimes, coming into the red pill is a good level, is a good starter level for a lot of guys. Like the reference that Ghetto Genius was using with the 2K, it's a good starter level. You know what I'm saying? You know, to get you into some form of higher level understanding. Now, of course, we know that it still falls short. It still falls way short in comparison to the scriptures, as the scriptures say in First Corinthians, when we bring out oftentimes the foolishness of this world. I mean, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the wisdom of the Most High. So it still falls very short to the wisdom of the scriptures, the real quote unquote red pill, because the red pill just being analogous or synonymous, you know, to truth. If you know, which that is these scriptures is the truth, you know. So the red pill, you know, the well, let me say this: the worldly red pill, you know, falls way short of the real red pill, aka the spiritual red pill. But it is a good way for brothers to get into certain forms of higher level understanding, so their minds can be programmed to hearken unto things, higher level understanding and wisdom that they haven't heard before. So then, when someone introduces the truth to them, their mind is already rewired to be accepting of higher level understanding and wisdom. So the truth is going to be more. It's going to be easier for brothers to accept once they already have accepted some tenets of the red pill. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's
Yeah,
that
that's
right there.
definitely facts, bro. That's
I
definitely.
was
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, because now I remember what I was gonna say
The
because
combo.
he basically said it. The red pill, because we've all been there. The red pill is what gives us the ability to ask the right questions.
True.
But being a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to the best of your ability allows you to now deliver those answers, and that's the difference. Do you want to just be a man asking questions, or do you actually want to be a man that's actually giving answers? Because that's the problem in this society. Most dudes at best can only really give questions. That's why they be trying to get the woman to change and blah 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 blah. No, the Bible is what gives us those answers. So that's what I wanted to say, but I forgot.
And I want to get a precept real quick to land back off your point. This is the book of Proverbs, the 6th chapter, in the 23rd verse. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is the light, and reproof are the instruction, salat, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. By means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. You know,
Hey, real quick, I'm about to switch to my phone, so y'all probably won't hear from me for like a couple minutes.
oh, that's cool. That's cool.
All right.
But continuing on to just to land back off the point that both of y'all brothers are making, like Ghetto Genius was saying, you know, the truth is going to give you answers. It's not just you're not just going to be asking questions. You're going to be able to answer questions yourself via the Most High's word, and also be able to give instructions and reproof to others, which is going to aid you in bringing forth more fruit, storing up treasure in the kingdom, you know, things of that nature. So it helps you, but it also helps to build up the nation as a whole, which is going to get us out of this whole predicament that we're in. You know, when the elect is finally sealed and the Most High's ready to bring all hell on this place. You know, so that's aiding in the nation being built, you know, as well. You know, so that level that's way higher than just being able to ask questions and get information. Like Ghetto was saying, you don't just want to get information, you want to be able to give and disseminate information and knowledge as well.
Hey,
That's when you're sent to a much higher level. But go ahead.
hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good, you good.
Yeah, it all
But
comes back to what we say. Don't get the information, apply it. Because you can't apply spiritual information without the spirit. You see what I'm saying?
exactly.
So a lot of niggas will get red pill information or watch Judas videos where it says how to deal with a woman. Like, because to be honest, most of the red pill niggas, they don't even do half the shit they say in the video. Because,
Probably not.
I mean, let's just be real. Quiet as kept. When you on red pill, you're not swimming in pussy, bro. I'm just being real, bro. You're not. Like when I was watching red pill videos, I got less pussy than when I wasn't watching that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. I did get a lot of information, but I couldn't apply it because I didn't know what was going on. Compared to now when I'm in the truth, I'm in the light, I can see when you brothers say, a woman's hands is like bands. Because like I said with my cousin, I told her I'm not trying to smoke. She smoked a blunt every time she around me. She got a fucking tattoo gun. That's 2 laws immediately right there that would have been broken. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So it's like, imagine if you got a woman like that in your life, you got to know how to move properly. You got to know how a woman's nature is, because again, you brothers got to understand too, is when you red pill, you're not really awoken. Now, you will notice this. If you find a red pill, you might have more spiritual shit happening to you, because Satan realizes that you understand, you have some understanding of the truth. But
Yeah, you
once
starting to get it.
once you in that realm where you fully get the truth, my nigga, Satan, he gonna come harder and harder every time, bro. You know, it's to the point now with me, with like my mom, everything that she says is against the Most High. Everything, bro. Like everything, blaspheming the Most High, telling me porn isn't demonic. I can watch however much porn I want. That shit doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want with your life. Like, and to be honest, she never was like that before. She was kind of like it, but it's like now, whatever demon is inside my mom, now that I'm in the truth, it's only gotten like 5 times worse. And to be honest, it could just be the fact that she is a quote on, like, you know, her life is getting worse. I mean, there's no way to tell, but just between just me sharing this with y'all brothers, I truly believe that Satan is using my mom more and more to try to get to me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about that too, bro, with it's not like that situation or circumstance is with a lot of brothers. A lot of brothers are dealing with, whether it be a family member that's a woman or your actual woman that you're dealing with, on an intimate level, whatever it be, your wife or one of your wives, or a concubine that you got, whatever, whoever it may be. You know what I'm saying? For you as a man, whatever relationship that woman has, with you, whatever degree that it may be, oftentimes Satan is going to use her to try to get to you. But like the scripture says, the reproofs of the scriptures of and the instruction of the laws, is the way of life. It's gonna preserve you, for the next life, which is, our kingdom, which is coming very soon. We just know that, we just feel that, and we don't, I mean, we don't know the exact timetable, but we can feel it in the spirit, how the society is falling, and our kingdom is being built. The men of the nation of Israel are being built to be the judges and the rulers of the new earth. We feel that's coming, but these laws, statutes, commandments are going to keep you in the way of life. Which is, ultimately life. Is hearkening to what, I mean, which shows you that ultimately the keys to life is by hearkening to the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. But like you were saying with that situation right there, and what you were saying earlier with the fact that most red pill, content creators, really worship women, and really, women is their main focal point, or they really serve women. That's true, because the only way that you're going to be in this society and be an Israelite man, because of the curses and because of the fact that the Most High has flipped it around to put the woman, above us. The only way that you're going to be able to not serve women is to be serving Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. I mean, you got to serve something, and you either going to be serving the women, the Most High, or you can be serving yourself. And ultimately, if you're serving yourself, you're really serving a woman, because when you serve yourself, what are you serving yourself for? Oftentimes, that's for the acquisition of women. So you're still ultimately serving the women there anyway. But like the scriptures say, that the law being the instruction of the law, being the way of life, it says to keep thee from the evil woman and from the flattery of the tongue of the strange woman. So like the situation with your mom, the situation where a lot of brothers are dealing with certain women, whoever, like I said earlier, whatever relation that woman has to you, the ways of the Most High are the only thing that's going to keep you from the evil that's being emitted through her, through the serpent, the physical manifestation of the serpent, like I was saying earlier, being the so-called, being the Edomite man. You know what I'm saying? Esau, him being that physical manifestation, he's programming her to do wickedness. She's a willing pawn. She's willingly hearkening unto it, and then she's trying to disseminate that message unto you via her tongue, the tongue of a strange, causing her to be a strange woman. But like that flattery, because it sounds good to the flesh, to always glorify your flesh, to never have self control, to be able to do whatever you feel like doing, whenever you feel like doing. That's the energy that they emit. So that's that's flattery. That's flattering to our flesh. So it sounds good. But the ways of the Most High are gonna keep us in the spirit of discipline, self-control, all those things that are spiritual, and away from things, that just pleasing your flesh 24/7. That's carnal, but a strange woman's gonna try to get you to go in that pathway, man. That's really, really wickedness, pride. No one can tell me that I'm wrong because I can justify it via my feelings. That's all fueled by pride, man. And a strange woman's gonna try to get you, to venerate that, to go in that way. But if you as a man, are viewing the Most High's law, statutes, commandments, as your life, as your everything, as what you live, the foundation of your life, then you're gonna be able to get away from really all that's temptation. You're gonna be able to get away from all that temptation that's emanating, Okay, we good.
Hey, my fault, bro. I pressed something on accident.
I'm about to say,
it's on my
Satan
phone.
got blocked.
Oh
this shit. It's like different controls on your phone, bro. I was trying to see if that nigga D-Man was in the lobby or not, because I can't see.
Okay,
So,
you good.
But
you
good now,
Satan's
bro.
like, how dare you speak on a woman this long? How dare you?
Exactly. And that's the thing. How dare you go after my precious jewel? How dare you go after, my tool and my means, to get you. You know what I'm saying? But like it says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulterers will hunt for the precious life. So it's not about people that already got. It's not about, 2/3 of our people who Lord willing will of that 1/3. It's not about 2/3 of our people. It's about the 1/3 of our people. That precious life, that life that's being formulated and brought up. You know what I'm saying? Raised, becoming a new man, raising up a new man in the ways of the Most High. That's that precious life. That's who the serpent wants. That's who Esau, the white man, so-called white man, wants. That's who the woman, operating for him, his proverbial right hand man. That's who they want. That precious life. But the ways of the Most High are going to be able to keep you, from that. Rehearsing his righteous acts. Always abounding in his word. Always abiding yourself in Scripture. Thinking, what will Yahweh do every single time you got a situation coming up where you could, listen to the woman or what she tells you to do, what she's trying to tell you to do, or what the Most High is trying to tell you to do. Just keeping that word being the foundation, and not, and not, what's what I'm looking for? The foundation, and not like an accessory, is gonna keep you away from that whorish woman. And really, that's twofold, because that whorish woman, that great fornicator, is really Esau, but it's also the woman operating for Esau. So you got two entities trying to get you. But you got to stay firm in the Most High, because the temptation is extremely strong. But the Most High's word is a stronger counterpart and balance to that.
Yeah, and I wanted to say this, but nigga was going to my car. I'm driving to work right now. I can't look the Bible verse up, but Revelation, how it says, "Be wary of her children, for mystery Babylon is filled with unclean spirits," or something like that. I think it's like Revelation 18:4 or Revelation 17:3 or one of those. Can y'all get it for me real quick?
I got you.
Yeah. While Malak looking at it, I was gonna say something quick about because a prime example of a nigga like that now is Soul Illuminati, bro. Remember that video I put in Discord?
Yeah.
Remember that video?
Bro.
Nah, that nigga said in the video, because I watched it. I be watching niggas' reactions to certain videos and shit. I was watching the video again. He was like, I don't even want to fuck the girl, nigga. I just want her energy. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Cat Williams, what? You want her energy? What the fuck you talking about? Like, You a damn demon, bro. Like, what you talking about?
Nah, honestly, with Soul Illuminati, bro, I was thinking the same shit because I remember you posted that video of her twerking. And
Yeah,
in
that
my mind, I'm
TikTok.
like, does this nigga not see what type of bitch she is? Like, it's clear she's a
I'm
succubus,
saying.
nigga. Like, how
Hey,
she wants you to be on a TikTok and she's shaking her ass and shit, and you
hold on.
okay
Nah,
with putting
hold
her
on.
on there?
Let me say this though. Them YouTube niggas, bro. Them niggas. Well, I don't know if y'all know like I do, cause I be watching YouTube all the time. Especially some YouTube niggas. Him, Flight Riaz, TDG, all them niggas, bro. Them niggas do that shit for the attention, bro. Like that's just a YouTube storyline, my nigga. Like you can just tell by that video. Like that shit was too. That shit was too like blunt when she was like, "I'm in love." Like that shit was just like it was too good to be true. Like I'm telling you, them niggas, they do that shit for storyline, bro. But they look like Simpson,
No, I get
goofy
that.
ass
I get
niggas on
that,
camera
bro. But
for the bag, bro.
I get that.
But
But
they
I'm gonna be
promote the
real with
energy
you
though.
now. Now I get you, bro. But I'm gonna be real. Since I've known Soul Illuminati from the time when I followed him in 2019 to the time now, the nigga definitely has lost a lot of the quote unquote intelligence he has. Now, obviously, he's never been right spiritually, but just from the fact of understanding what's going on around him, I can just look at the nigga and tell that he doesn't really have much understanding. Like he used to at least talk about,
No,
the V card and what's going on with the government. I mean, now the nigga's talking about a bitch that he's falling in love with. Like, I mean, you can kind of tell,
I mean,
like
let's just be
even
honest,
from
brothers.
like
Like,
a worldly aspect, it's not really the same, bro.
I mean, I was just about to say, let's just be honest. Like the times we're in, like as it goes further and further to the end, only we're going to know what's going on because everything's based on in prophecy. So if these brothers don't know the prophecy, they're not going to understand why things are happening the way they're happening.
exactly. He said in the video that he's confused. He said in the video he's confused. So I mean,
Exactly.
I was
Because
like,
so
dang.
because Soul Illuminati is a self-venerator,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever you're in that self-veneration spirit, like I said, you are going to end up venerating a woman, whether you want to admit it to yourself or not. Because often the things that when you're a self-venerator, you're going to consistently want to do things to prop up yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, what is the reason behind why you're trying to prop up yourself? That's
Bitches.
Or
oftentimes for the
bitch.
acquisition of exact for a bitch. Let's just be real. It's for the acquisition and the access to bitches. So we're seeing the effect of the self veneration that Soul Illuminati always inhabited coming out to the forefront right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's true, bro. And hey, Swint, you got that scripture that I was
I'm looking
asking
for it,
about?
but I'm pretty. It's in Revelation
It's
17, I
like, bro,
think.
it's
I'm
it's,
looking
it's where
for it.
What scriptures y'all trying to look
children,
for?
it says Babylon is filled with unclean spirits. Babylon is filled with abominations. It's like Revelation 17 and 18, bro. It's like at the beginning of the chapter, bro.
Give me a second.
You know what I'm
I
saying? It's like when it's
think
talking about the destruction of Babylon.
That might be 18 because you might be talking about the finale
I'm
of
pretty sure
Are
Babylon.
you
it's
talking about the
18, bro. Now it's
Babylon is fallen?
you said what?
no, and it
Are you
says
talking?
hosts of devils and unclean
Yeah,
spirits. Yeah, isn't that 18?
yeah,
Is this
that part.
18
Yeah,
and 2?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's probably that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just read it real fast, Brandon, and let's see if this is it. Uh, I'll start at verse 1. After these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful
Yeah,
bird. Yeah,
Yeah, that
exactly.
was
For all
okay.
the nations
yeah,
have drunk of the wine of her wrath, and her fornication, and the kings of earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yep.
yeah. You can
All right,
stop right
for
there,
sure,
but
Con.
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to bring that out because you know how Ghetto Genius was saying how that scripture is twofold. It's talking about obviously the nation of Babylon, but also the women. It's like what does Judah always say? A lot of brothers who are spiritual always say, "Don't get your spirit intermingled with the woman because the woman's spirit is intermingled with unclean things." Like I said, the alphabet
With the world.
community,
Mm-hmm.
feminism, Satanism, Luciferianism. Like that's what women love, bro. That's what women are about. And it's like you can't intermingle yourself with these hoes because once you do that, indirectly you're intermingling yourself with those spirits. Because like I forgot who it was. One of the brothers was saying like how when you're with a woman, you two become one because I think it's like Genesis I forgot what it is where it says that the man and woman will become as one. That still
Yeah,
happens today, bro. You don't realize it, but that still happens today. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a fuck how many videos you watch. If you around a bitch, bro, your spirit is getting intermingled with her no matter what. So
Exactly, man.
when majority of these bitches are, have demons in them, you're getting intermingled with it. You know what I'm saying?
You grow
And
a soft spot
that's the
for her.
danger of it. And if
mhm.
you don't have that protection, you're gonna fall for their bullshit one way or another.
Exactly, man. That's why it tells you in Amos 3:3, can two walk together except they be in agreement or they're agreeing. So, like, if you're with a woman, and of course y'all having intercourse, y'all spending close time together, you're gonna take on her ways because people like when you get closer to a person, you don't want to be like completely different because that's gonna end up driving you apart. So you want to become more like that person so you can build up your relationship. That's how human people interact. Over time, you're gonna take the qualities from like any person you interact with. Like over time, like the aspects that you like about them, you're gonna take the aspects they like about you. They're gonna take, and vice versa. Especially for a woman, because you basically have to be with her. I wouldn't say 24/7, but you, especially if it's like your wife or a girlfriend or you live together, that's a woman you have to live with and deal with on a day-to-day basis. So like your spirits have to be aligned to a certain degree, or your lives are going to be miserable, but the both of y'all.
That's why discernment
Hey,
is so key, man.
and I was gonna say this too. It's like when you brothers is growing in the
Uh,
truth, there was probably times where you had relationships with women, and the Most High is like, yeah, you got to get this woman out of your life because she wasn't gonna be able to grow with you.
like Judah said in one of those videos, I think it was the Kyrie Irving video and the Christmas video. He said
Yeah, that's a classic.
that and that is a classic video. He has said, what did he say? He said, "Oh, yo, advice that he gives brothers is if you're coming into the knowledge, you're coming into the truth, don't try to get a woman because it never works out. And you know what? It doesn't. I'm a living
Nope.
testimony of that.
Yeah,
It
no,
doesn't work out, man. It doesn't work out because when people talk about growth in relationships, that's under the assumption that both people are growing. Oftentimes, it's only one person that's growing. The other person is content in stagnation. It's content in the current situation and what's in the everyday ebbs and flows of their life. Not every relationship has two people growing, especially in the direction of righteousness. It's rare enough to get one person going in the direction of righteousness, but both people, more often than not, that's not going to be the case. And that honestly is a great thing because as the Apostle Paul said, I'll just go ahead and get it in First Corinthians.
What are you talking about? Seventh chapter?
Yeah, I'm going. I think it's the seventh chapter.
I
Yeah,
just want to bring up a random note
yeah.
about
Go
it.
ahead.
It really has nothing to do with that topic, but I was watching what chronicle video I was watching? No, I was watching the pedophile church video, and somebody was trying to debate him on like the difference between like the church and the Bible and shit. The motherfucker tried to reference like when it comes to like the cross representing Christ. He tried to say it represents Christ, and he tried to reference First Corinthians 7th chapter. I'm like, nigga, that's not what that's talking about. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But you go ahead. I'm like, what the fuck?
trying to hold on to that Christian shit, man.
This
But
shit's
anyway,
clearly talking about being with
this is
women in
First
marriages.
Corinthians. I'm saying exactly. We already we done torched them Christians.
Stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, we done torched them Christians. But this is First Corinthians 7:32. But I will have you know, but I will have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. So a man who has the freedom aspect, because let's be real, whether your wife, she may be an extreme blessing to you, but at times she can be a burden just by her nature. She is a receiver of everything, a receiver of energy, a receiver of knowledge, a receiver of understanding, a receiver of wickedness. She's a receiver of everything. Her role, one of her roles is to be a receiver, a receptacle to energy, to understanding, things of that nature. So with that understanding, she's also going to be a burden as well. because she's going to come to you for certain things that she needs to be filled with. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be understanding, wisdom, knowledge, whether that be filtration when she's got wicked, when she's been received with wickedness from the world, whether that be penis, you know, sometimes you're tired and don't feel like doing it, you know, but like the scriptures say, like the body, your body don't belong to you. It belongs to your wife, and vice versa. The wife's body belongs to the man. You know, so you can't deprive your woman of that if she needs it. You know, so just she can act as a burden. You know, especially because as brothers, we got to work, we got jobs. You know, we got to provide for ourselves. Sometimes you don't feel like being all doing it, man. You don't feel like getting all kind of whatever she needs from you. You don't feel like breaking things down on a spiritual level. You don't feel like getting physical with her. You don't feel like doing whatever you're doing with her. You know, she can act as a burden as well. So it's really a freedom, to be an unmarried man. Like I said, your wife, you may have a great wife, and she can act as a blessing and a helpmeet as well. And
Hey,
assist to your vision, but she can act as a burden as well. Just real quick though, but she can act as a burden as well on top of that. So a man that is unmarried, like I said, there's a certain freedom associated with that, and the epitome of that, and the complete manifestation of that. You have freedom to research, freedom to read, freedom to get the understanding and knowledge of how to please the Lord. See, when you're a married man, you got to always worry about what your woman is going to think about your newfound knowledge and understanding. Is she going to be acceptable to it? Is she going to be amenable to it? Is she going to try to poison? Are you going to try to tell her this, and then she's going to poison the kids with something else? By you taking things away from her, such as holidays and things like that, is she gonna rebel against you and try to use the court system, the white man's court system, against you in that way? See, when you're a married man, you got to worry about those things. Not saying it can't be done. You got brothers who are married and have wife and wives, and have children who are raised in Israelite families. Shalom to those brothers. How about you, Yahshua Barakatah, to all those brothers? But it is a better situation to have the freedom to not have so many voices around you to freely express your love and your search after things of the Lord, and that's why the Most High has brothers, when you come into this knowledge, he may rid you of that woman that you had while you were coming to the knowledge, because he wants you to focus on him. He's trying to set you apart so that you can be saved. He's trying to set you apart so you can be a judge and a ruler in this new world to come. And then you're going to get all those women you lost in the sun, and you're going to get them all back. In excess. It ain't going to be no big deal. That's the least of your worries at that point. That's going in the kingdom, man. Women is a given. Brothers ain't going to be worried about women in the kingdom. Women is a given. All brothers going to have lots of women. It ain't no big deal. But the Most High is setting brothers apart to get, and Lord willing, we of those men to give us these laws, give us ways of correction, give us the understanding and the abilities to judge righteously via the scriptures. He's prepping us for the new earth to come. That's something that's extremely major, and that's something that's a very much more importance. So the Most High will have you will take that woman away from you in terms of whatever she may get with another nigga, and she may just leave you, or not be down with what you saying, and y'all just fall apart. Y'all go y'all separate ways. Like DB was reading, can two walk together unless they agree? Y'all just go y'all separate ways. But ultimately, so the Most High can prep you for something of greater magnitude that's to come, and He's gonna prep you with the faith to understand. So it's a blessing. When the Most High does remove that, that distraction. Let's just be real. What she is at that point, because if you're coming to the knowledge and understanding of the truth, and she's not willing to walk that path. Now, if she's willing to walk that path with you, hey, you're a blessed brother. Let's just be real, because more often than not, most brothers don't have that situation. If she's willing to walk that path with you and submit to the righteousness you're trying to show her, and listen, and most importantly have a teachable, coachable spirit, and you a blessed brother. Most brothers don't have that luxury. So
hey,
it's a
true.
blessing for the Most High to remove her from you so that you can get His word, which is going to aid to the saving of your soul.
Hey, that's true, bro. And this is one thing that a lot of brothers don't know. I know Malak doesn't do these things, but I seen Saint Digital say, "Young Flyer, you right about that." I have a female cousin I used to do a lot of drugs with. The way our souls were attaching was very strange and a big factor in me seeking something higher. You know, it's funny he mentioned that because my cousin, the one who I always tell y'all was trying to get me to take the tattoos, and she be the one I always be smoking with. I realized every time I was in California and I was always cool with her, we always had a liking spirit, but we would always do drugs together. And it makes sense that when I was with her, the demons that would come out of us taking the drugs, because I'm gonna be real, like, nigga, we used to do Molly together, bro. We used to smoke together. We used to drink together. We used to do all type of shit. So yeah, even though like I'm technically
damn
not
it.
dating her or nothing like that, you know, our spirits was intermingling because everything is spiritual. Just like before D-Ben came on the live, I remember he had commented something on the Discord. And while I was like, oh, I think this nigga D-Ben probably gonna join. Let me go ahead and send this nigga an email. This nigga text me like, hey, yo, bro, send me the link right when I'm about to text it. Cause, you know, you may not realize it, but you know, the people that you around, you got liking spirits to them. So for me, you know, when I was on that wicked shit and I was doing all these drugs and shit, a lot of the females that I was with, you know, a lot of times the bitches would want to be with me because they knew I would experiment with shit. I would teach them new shit, teach them how to do new drugs, teach them, you know, what music to listen to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's another thing you got to be careful of too, is like, especially when you're a brother who's righteous, a woman will always try to bring back those old demons, whether it's a lust demon,
Agree.
whether it's a
That's
drug
true.
demon,
That's true.
liquor demon. She might piss you off. You used to be a nigga who had no patience with bitches. You just get let loose on bitches, and
That's
next thing you
me.
know, you getting mad. You beating a bitch up, and you in the
Oh,
truth
okay, not that
because
part. Not that part.
Ghetto said, hey, no, not
Not that part.
I'm not saying I'll be a bit
Well,
down, but
never mind.
I didn't get that
Never
wild.
I mean, I'm
Not
just
that
saying
part.
because I'm gonna be honest, bro. There's certain brothers who say they do that. I
Disclaimer.
mean, now me personally, I haven't done that shit. I'm just saying, like, some niggas might get mad and lose it and then beat a bitch up. Next thing you know, you in jail. Now you taking the MOB, bro, because you in jail and you state property. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Amen.
like you gotta be real careful about that shit.
But just to add on to the point that brother was saying, it's just be honest, bro. Especially how carnally minded the way is, like the easiest way to connect with a woman is when y'all smoke together. That's the
That's true.
I
easiest way
mean,
to
that's
be
true.
honest to get into
Like,
them.
think about the easiest way to get a date on Tinder: the bitch smoke or the bitch drink.
Yep.
And that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
that's
bro. And
true.
honestly, that's one
That's
thing.
true.
For brothers in the truth, who I kind of put that shit aside. That shit's cost me a lot of women because it'd be like, you smoke? I'd be like, nah, I don't do that anymore. And they'd be like,
Hey, think
ah,
about the astrology signs. Remember the astrology signs too?
I was
Hey,
never
wait.
into that
Oh,
even
you
before
start
they
talking
smoked.
astrology with a
I
bitch?
put a
Oh,
lot of
man.
hoes off the astrology signs, my nigga. I ain't gonna
Nah,
Yeah,
lie.
nigga.
nigga, your
I
ass
put a
is
lot
Bullshit
of hoes
saw
off.
me by my spirit. Even before I was in that truth, I couldn't even bother to pander that shit. Bitch will start
Nah,
talking about it. It'll just
I used to be
piss
on
me
that
off.
shit heavy, bro. I'm
yeah,
not even
pretty
gonna front
much.
you, bro.
Yo,
But
yo,
like,
hot
that's the
flyers, your
thing
ass
is,
was
like, you said what?
god damn, your ass was doing everything. Your ass like a magician
Yeah, I
over
was
there. Your
crazy
ass
as
was
fuck,
everything.
bro.
Like,
I was crazy as shit, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna front you, bro. Like, I didn't give a fuck, bro.
But they
You
can
know what
do
I'm
all the
saying?
tricks of the trade, nigga.
nigga, you
Yeah,
was a
bro. Like
in the
I
work.
would see a chick online and be like, "Oh, you a Virgo? Oh yeah, you this now, manipulating you, cheating. Oh, you trying to get some drinks?" Next thing you know, me and her drinking, and then you know that's just how it would work out, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
Damn,
it's
my nigga,
like
you
it was like,
in the
what's
words
up?
of so you was a 99 overall deceiver. Where the balls hanging out?
This nigga looked up that shit just to pull bitches.
God damn.
Yeah, honestly, on an aside, brothers, this is what the woman can do to you. Brandon had to research about the left hand path and all that shit just to attract women, bro.
That nigga had everything.
Hey,
I mean, because you think about
I
it,
mean,
bro.
I'm gonna
What
be
is it?
honest. I didn't believe in like the astrology fully, but I did kind of fuck with it. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Before I was
And
in the truth, I did kind of fuck with that shit.
you like Cat Williams in his stand up. He was like when he was talking about bitches and coming over the crib and how you have a bunch of shit in the crib that he didn't like. He was like, "Yeah, I don't like my satin sheets, but bitches do."
Yeah.
Hey, that's what AMS said. Remember AMS? He said, I don't give a fuck about this Mercedes, but a bitch do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That shit, bro. He
Become servants for their
he would
sakes.
deck out his entire apartment and be like, I don't give a damn about none of that shit, but the bitches do.
I remember
You know
that.
what
I
I'm
remember
saying?
that video.
So,
Or
Yep.
you
fucking,
remember
I don't
that
know, a lot
video?
of y'all niggas in
Yeah.
college, how people get how dudes would get like the lights around their room that can change
Yeah, the
colors.
LED.
Yeah, the LED light for bitches.
Hell
That's
no.
for hoes, bro. That's
My apartment was
only bitches
dark.
like that shit. I don't give a fuck.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I never did that shit. But dudes just like, yeah, bro, it brings bitches over. I was like, okay, nigga,
Yeah.
whatever. You're
Whatever,
still
bro.
using that shit yourself. Whatever, nigga. There's no bitch here.
I know.
Don't play, nigga.
Hey, but back to my point about the drugs. Which women be the main ones trying to get you to smoke or drink with
Shit, Jake.
Yeah, of course.
them?
Pretty much.
So that's
I mean,
again,
what
that
is what
Sometimes
is
chicks be like, I don't
spirit
fuck with
side.
dudes if they don't smoke with me. Like they'll say shit like that.
yeah, they will.
Yeah.
What's the Jake woman's 2 favorite things to do? Smoke and fuck.
Was it ain't that Jeezy song? Smoke and fuck.
Smoking and fucking, like that's their 2 favorite things to do, bro.
But
You
I'm gonna be
know,
honest,
like
bro. I never got that shit because me personally, when I used to get high, that shit would fuck up everything, bro. I couldn't do shit like that. I'm talking about like fucking that shit would fuck with me. So I had to be like I couldn't be too high or it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
Hey,
I stay sober for that reason, bro. When it's time to perform,
hey,
you always ready to go.
and think about this too, bro. And think about this too. Before you was in the truth, you know, you would always go and watch like a Netflix movie, right? Well, I would
Yep.
always watch scary movies. So imagine you don't have the spirit on you watching these demonic ass movies, nigga. You got a portal in front of your TV, letting these spirits come and congregation you and shit. You know what
Especially
I'm
when a
saying?
nigga
Like
you said you high, you on Molly.
you
Some
high,
niggas are
you
crazy
on
on
Molly.
LSD.
Exactly. You have no clue what the fuck going on, bro. So if you think about like the modern dating dynamic, bro, it's literally designed for you to get demons on you, bro.
absolutely.
You know? So it's like that's what you dealing with nowadays, bro, in 2021, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be extremely careful, and that's why Alistair said he hasn't dealt with a female in over a year. It's like, I mean, bro, I don't blame you, bro, because it's shit real out here. You may not realize
Me neither.
how bad it could be, like to your spirit, bro, but it's like real, bro. Everything we talk about is real.
And then on top of that too, you know, oftentimes when you end up down bad via a situation that I'm not gonna say a woman coerced you into doing, because ultimately as a man we do have to be accountable for our actions. But let's be real, off that a woman played a heavy role in you going in the direction of, I'll just put it that way. You know, oftentimes where that happens and you end up down bad out of that situation, more often than not, she's gonna try to make it seem and make it look like you were the one who was in charge of it. And also when you end up whatever, when you, like I said, when you end up down bad out of the situation, whatever your further situation may be because of it, she's gonna end up, you know, making it seem as such,
Like it was
and
your idea,
like
not
it
her
was your
idea.
idea, exactly, like it was your idea, and that you know, when everything that happened, and everything, all the ramifications of those actions, it's all going to be brought up like to you, like you're the one that caused it to happen, you're the one, that made all this wickedness, that brought us wickedness upon the situation, and ultimately she's going to end up mocking you because of that too. She's going to end up throwing everything that you did back in your face, and it's going to try to make a laughing stock out of you, pretty much, and it's like, it brings me to one of my favorite scriptures. This is Sirach 18:30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee. And let's just relate this in relation to women. When you're in a situation with a woman in this modern time, and you go in the direction that pleases her, you try to please her desires, you try to do things that you're gonna think is gonna acquire her and more of her in a much easier fashion, and you end up compromise what you're about and your principles as a man to suffice her. When that situation ends up going bad, which always does for the most part, right? And situation ends up, and let me not even say go bad. That situation ends up rearing the inevitable. The inevitable ends up coming up out of that situation, because you got into that situation via not being yourself anyway. When the inevitable comes up out of that situation, she's going to remove herself from accountability, from blame, things of that nature. And she's going to make you to seem like the bad guy in front of your enemies. You see that oftentimes with the police force, man. You know, you'll be in a situation where, you know, you try to do everything you can to please her. You try to do everything you could to uplift her, and you went in the direction of her. Now, next thing you know, that ends up rearing its ugly head. Y'all get into an argument. She's calling the police force because she doesn't respect you as a man, because this whole time you've capitulated to her whims. She's calling the white man's police force on you. Next thing you know, she's making you look like the enemy, and she's making you look like a laughing stock in front of your enemies, in front of someone whose goal is to castigate you. She's aiding them and making you look like an enemy before your enemy. You know, not taking any accountability and blame in the situation. But what did that go back to? That went back to you in that situation to begin with, because you went after the lust of your appetites. You saw something you liked. You know, you saw a means to get it, oftentimes compromising your morality and your spiritual code in order to acquire what you wanted. Next thing, you got into it through disingenuousness and oftentimes manipulation, you know, which she did as well. Don't get it twisted, which was she's not absolved of blame from the Heavenly Father, but she can be absolved of blame in this society. And you could end up looking like the bad guy in the society. And next thing you know, your life could go into a downward spiral extremely quickly, because you went in, you wanted, the lust of your appetites, and you want to give your soul to the things that she desired. You consistently capitulate yourself to her whims. You know, next thing you know, like I said, you're in a situation that you're down bad. Well, you kind of put yourself in that position because you didn't have enough discipline and prudence to see evil and hide yourself from it. And let's be real, most of these women are evil. So I know, yes, I know. Smoke, you want to smoke some weed with a bitch. That's an easy way to fuck. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? You want to, do whatever you want to do that's you should be doing with a bitch. That's an easy way to get a bitch. We all know that, But is that worth being made a laughing stock and being made an enemy before someone whose goal is to castigate you? And is that worth having a situation turned down bad for you just for some ass? I mean, in my opinion, no. But that's something that y'all brothers got to answer within yourself, because you thinking about lasting ramifications of that can have an extreme downward spiral, on your life, all because you couldn't resist the refrain of your appetites, your desires, and you capitulated yourself to her ways, of understanding, and her means to an end. You capitulated yourself to that. Next thing you know, like I said, you're down bad, and she doesn't take any accountability, cast it all onto you, and society assists her in doing that. Like I said, the Heavenly Father has no respect of person, so He is going to judge her as well. But the white man's court system is not going to do that.
Right. And I just want to say this too, to what brothers are saying too, is also another aspect of women in this modern times is whenever you're trying to please a woman, what are you always trying to do? You're always trying to try new things, trying to experience new things, because, obviously in this society, these bitches don't got no attention span. There's so many niggas on their plate. It's like you always feel like you quote unquote because that's what it is. When you date in society, you dating on a female's terms, bro. And when you date on the female's terms, it can never work out for you, because
dating is her realm.
Exactly, nigga. So think about it. When you trying to do new things, what are you normally doing? You talking about, okay, let's go to swinger clubs. Okay, let's have a threesome with another bitch. I mean, some niggas out here having cuckold arrangements being set up, man. You know what I'm
a lot of
saying?
these bitches want to go to the strip club, man. That's the first time I went. It's because of the
strip
bitch.
clubs. Strip clubs.
Absolutely.
They want to try new things. They want to, do new things. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. When you try new things in a wicked world, where can righteousness come out of it? You know what I'm saying? Because if you tell a chick to read the Bible, she gonna run for the fucking hills. If you tell her that you believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, she gonna be like, yo who? Yo what? You believe in God? Oh yeah, I believe in God, but I'm gonna go to a gay pride parade. Like, no, bitch. Like,
I'm with the universe.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with the universe,
We
the
can't judge.
ancestors. Wicca. I'm with. Yeah, I like to explore. You want to do Wicca? You want to do tarot cards? Like, bitch, I'm not trying to do none of this shit you doing. And that's what leads us being so closed off to women. Is it's not because we quote unquote hate women. Now I'm gonna be honest. Them red pill niggas, a lot of them niggas do hate women. And I'm just be honest. A lot of them niggas hate women from the bottom of their heart. We don't hate women.
I wouldn't
We
I
just
wouldn't say that.
understand.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, there's some red pill niggas who truly despise women, bro, and they want any nigga whoever watches their content to make sure that they don't have a good relationship with a bitch, bro. I'm gonna be honest, not all of them, but there is a good amount of niggas who be sabotaging niggas purposely, bro. If we being honest,
I don't know about that, but
I'm not talking about what you're talking about, but I'm just being honest, bro. A lot of these niggas, let's just be honest, though. A lot of these dating coaches is not trying to help niggas get women, bro.
Damn, they still doing dating coaches?
I mean, that's what these guys fashion themselves as. Like they claim to fame is, as a dating coach. I mean, these guys in the ministry that are still making content, they're known as a dating coach. So yeah, dating coach
That
is
was
still
2012.
But
I mean, the
getting
industry has
back to
grown
the
heavily
point.
since then.
But getting back to the
True.
point, what I mean is that when it comes down to it, a lot of these people play off of the natural enmity between a man and a woman, and they magnify it. With us, we understand this enmity between a woman, but we only focus on the enmity because we understand that there are enemies. You see what I'm saying? In this society, I mean, like Judah says, like they're not your friends. So if they're not your friend, then what are they? They're your fucking adversary. So when you're around your enemy, you can't let your guard down. It's not a fact of, oh, we hate women, misogyny. I mean, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is what it is. But we just doing it to protect ourselves because we understand that the Most High is more important than any bitch. Because to be honest, when you a brother who stands on principles, you're gonna automatically be seen as an enemy because any brother who has order and structure in his life
Hey, Brad,
is
I'm not
going
gonna
to
lie.
respect.
Something's up with your audio right now.
I mean, I'm on my phone, bro. It's the best I can do.
All right.
I say Brandon got stripped out. Like, what's going on over there?
Man, it
Yeah,
sounds
bro.
like
I mean, I'm at work
Starscream right now, man.
I'm gonna try
But go
and
ahead.
fix it.
Sorry for interrupting.
Nah,
You
hey,
still there, brother?
I'll go ahead. I'm gonna try and fix it.
Okay, yeah. But honestly, it's like the brother said. Like at the end of the day, the women they're not going to fall behind our program because they don't have to in this society. So like, quote unquote, Esau is allowing them to do whatever they feel like doing. So like at the end of the day, they're not your friend because you know what I'm saying, because they basically they're just around you to see what they can get and have some fun. And if at any point you try to actually act like a man and dictate terms, they'll be like, no, nigga, I dictate terms. Like that's basically how they think now. You don't dictate terms, I dictate terms. So like at the end of the day, if you have any type of backbone or spine, the shit's just not gonna work.
Probably not.
Pretty much, because think about it, like, does she have to do what you? I mean, is her life dependent on her on listening to you? No.
Nope.
Because she doesn't. I mean, now ultimately we understand that it is, because that's how a woman is going to be saved. She's going to be saved through men. But she doesn't understand that. She doesn't know that. She doesn't. And if you try to tell her that, she doesn't believe it. So, I mean, it's really a situation where and that's part of just taking a humbling approach as a man and just understanding that all you are is a man at the end of the day. And we're at the mercy and we're a prisoner of hope to Yahweh Shai and his return. So it's like we have to just be understanding of the position that we are in at the end of the day. We can only do so much. We can only control so much. At the end of the day, if a woman doesn't want to listen to your standard of righteousness and your order that you're trying to present to her, I mean, just the fact that if you even say the word order around her, she's gonna rebel. If you even say the word standard, she's gonna rebel.
If you say rules,
rules, guide, definitely can't say obey. Definitely can't do that.
You can't even say listen. Please listen.
You can't even say that, bro. But they have too many. They have people talk about she has too many options, and she does. But the number one option that she always has and is going to always be around her 24/7 is the option of society and the message that's pushed via society. People want to say, well, she has nigga this, nigga A, B, and C. And that's true. She does have 5 guys that she can hit up at any given time to capitulate to her whims. Why would she listen to you? That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But also she has society that's, around her all the time. You know what I'm saying? So even if you in a situation with a woman where you think that you having some kind of controlling force over her life in terms of her harking unto your instruction, you may have some impact. But at the end of the day, are you around her 24/7? Nah. But who's around her 24/7? Social media, you know, music,
girls.
her homegirls, all of that. Family members, which they're all programmed by society as well. So society is really around her all the time. So, and you can't control what she listens to, what the information that and if it's not even wise to even try to do that. But you can't control the information that she takes in, the programming that she consumes on an everyday basis. You know, so when she's coming, that's why I said with her being a burden, she may be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But she also inherently is a burden to you as well. Like I said, she's a receiver of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna receive a lot of those false notions from society. Gonna receive a lot of those, Luciferian ideologies and practices from society. She's gonna bring them to the home. Next thing you know, when you want to relax, you got to be constantly reworking and rewriting the program that she got those 8 hours she spent away from you. Now you got to spend 2 hours at the crib reworking that and trying to get her back on the right path. That's why the scriptures say, he that was he is, he that is without a woman, care for the things of the Lord, because you can focus all your time into the Most High and His righteousness instead of constantly having to, worry about the programming, the content that your wife is consuming, and how that can affect not just yourself and your home, but also your children. It's a heavy burden that men got to take on. So be wise, brothers, before you say, Chronicles just did a video like that on his Patreon where a brother was like, I want my Eve. But
Oh
like he
man, that shit
said,
was funny.
how did that situation turn out? Like it's the same thing today, because pretty much the woman of today is Eve. They do the bidding of the serpent. They're the secretary to the serpent, So just got to take that in consideration, brothers. Like that we like some like having a woman in her right mind is a blessing. It's a great thing. But just in the society that we in, because society emanates wickedness, you've got to be on a constant pursuit of rewriting and really reprogramming her with righteousness when she's getting programmed with wickedness on a daily basis. And that can be a burden to brothers. So just think about that.
Yeah, I was gonna at this point I just be like, look, when I see people talk about the dynamics between men and women, either I'll just put a comment or I'll just like somebody hit me up directly. I'll be like, listen, Isaiah the 3rd chapter. That's it. Goodbye.
Exactly.
Like, we're
Like I said,
living in the, we are living in the time, like, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand about the Bible itself. Just make a general statement. Like they don't understand how the book connects. Like it's not just the prophecies. It's not just the prophecies is not just like Revelations or Matthew or Isaiah or like Zechariah or something. No, it's more than that. Like it's literally chapters like Isaiah the 3rd chapter, like that whole chapter, especially at the bottom part when it talks about how the woman in that day when society falls, i.e., the prophecies of Revelation, things of that nature, the woman's going to be completely all the things that the woman held on to that she tried to use to determine her value, all that shit's going to be stripped.
All it's gonna be downtrodden. All
The
of it.
veils, the makeup, the weave, the filters.
I mean, you don't even have to do all that
filters.
extra shit. Just being able to make money.
Exactly.
Let's just be real.
All that shit's gonna be gone, and it's just gonna be them. So hopefully, for a lot of these broads, they actually look good. Because at this point in today's time, unless you actually met her in person, you really don't fucking know with all these damn filters. So,
I mean,
but that's what you gotta wait on. You're a celestial man. That's what you know. What I'm saying, you already understand that day's coming. You just let them talk. You be like, all right, we gonna see how valuable you are when that day comes, when shit collapses, and you ain't got those filters and that makeup and the weed no more, and you got to just be you.
I mean,
Hey, can
honestly,
y'all hear me?
yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
you
you.
good. You good now.
I'll say, be honestly, a lot of these chicks aren't gonna make it. They don't know how to listen.
Yeah,
Like,
most of them gonna die. Yeah.
know
Yep.
how to listen, bro. I don't know if y'all bros have ever noticed this. I've noticed this when I'm having a conversation with a woman, or even like a group of women, and like I tell them you're not listening. Like they'll get super upset when I say that. Because like I'll be like, let me finish. You're not listening, and either her or the group of her friends will get super offended. They won't say anything, but I could tell by the look on their face. They're like, how dare he says that? It's like, bitch, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
You didn't pay attention to what I said.
Exactly. I'm telling you up front, you're not listening.
Exactly.
And then they try to shame you in that same aspect by saying things to you like you're talking to me like I'm a child, or you're over explaining things to me. It's like I wouldn't have to
You're
do that.
mansplaining.
You're mansplaining all that bullshit, man.
I know, right?
But the thing about it is, you wouldn't even have to do that
if you were listening at the first when I was speaking at the first time. I wouldn't have to repeat
exactly.
myself.
And also, if they would come with a teachable spirit on them, a lot of these women don't come with a teachable spirit. They come with an antagonizing, spirit against you.
They're not coachable.
They want to like just argue with what you're saying, even if they don't have any facts or knowledge. They'll be like, "Well, I think this, I feel this," or they'll say, "Well, what about this?" And I'll just be like, "Well, is it based on something you actually know, or is it just about how you feel?" It's normally about how you feel. Well, then be quiet, please. I don't want to just go back and forth all day.
Exactly. Like Malak said, he just said it outright. He said it real dry. Oh yeah, they're gonna die. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
A lot of these, they're not gonna make it. I'm just being honest, because they just don't know how to listen. Like remember, that's why the scripture says, "Remembers Lot's wife." Mm-hmm. All she had to do was listen to angels. Hey, look, don't look back, but her ass looked back because she didn't listen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the thing about it is like the Most High, like the scriptures, talk about how the Most High is going to discover her inward parts. How the Most High is going to discover parts about her. When we get in these days, bro, these things that the women use, to be able to, keep themselves from flooding, when they on their period, man, that shit gonna be gone. Ain't gonna be no tampons. Ain't gonna be no pads. I mean,
gross.
they're gonna have blood all over them, man. And you really get into the psychology of that. A woman, what is she trying to do? What is she always on the constant, show of doing, or the proving trail of trying to do? She's always trying to prove to herself how much of a man or how much like a man she can be. Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of women when they get on their period, yeah, it hurts. They get some cramps and pains and things like that. But that's a constant reminder to them each and every month. No matter how hard they try to be a man, they are never going to be a man ever. So when that day comes and they have to see that blood on them streaming out from their vagina when they on their period during that day, and they have nothing to clean it up, that's going to be an extremely, extremely humbling experience for a lot of these women, man.
Hey, man, I can't believe we got to quote this bitch, but in the words of Beyonce,
oh man,
if I was a boy,
oh yeah,
facts.
For a day.
They gonna be saying that. They gonna be saying that in the times of Isaiah 3, bro. They gonna be saying that. that's
really a demonic ass song, bro. I'm just thinking about it now.
It is. Especially if you're under the elk of. You said what?
Like a Boy, remember that song by Sierra? I mean, that bitch.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was just about to say. Especially if you're under the belief, like I am, that Beyonce is she's part of the alphabet community and the T department. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
She following a long line. My nigga Mark the Stallion, the next one up.
She in that go along, get along gang. That's what she's. Mama's cooking.
That nigga mulatto. Nigga.
Hey, what you know about my mama's cooking?
Boy. I don't know about no mama's cooking. I'm worried about what the Most High whipping up. You feel me? I don't know about no mama's cooking.
That's your father's cooking, bro.
You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, but real quick, I think a good part we could go to now is, so how do you brothers deal with women now since you fully in the truth?
Isolation.
I mean, I always say this with brothers, in terms of women.
Isolation.
I always say this, bro. In terms of dealing with women, and now with this new level of understanding and knowledge, you know, escape the choir boy mentality and put on the Israelite mentality when dealing with women. The church boy, choir boy shit, the Baptist church, the boy toy shit that they try to get you in, that the Christian church tries to get you. That the Christian church tries to get brothers in the spirit of.
Exactly, bro.
You got to ditch that shit when you get into this truth, man. There's nothing wrong with dealing with women, man. There's nothing wrong with having your thing with some women. There ain't nothing wrong with doing that, bro. The Christian church tries to tell you that's fornication. That's not true.
I know, right?
They try to tell you that's adultery and all that kind of shit. If you got a woman and you trying to do with another, it's not true.
The nation of Israel wouldn't even be here if Jacob didn't commit that type of adultery that they be talking about.
Exactly.
Abraham had Hagar. He had his. The people don't realize when they had female servants. What do you think they were doing? Those women, they weren't just chilling.
I know, right? I'll say this though.
That the original, what about the niggas who think the original sin was when Adam and Eve had sex?
I know, right?
I'm not even gonna talk about that shit. I'm not even getting on them niggas today.
Hey, I'll say this though. I can't speak for all the tribes, but my forefather was the son of his favorite wife, so I would still be here. But I can't see it right now.
Man, hey.
I was lucky.
Hey, bro. The thing about it is that even with all that being said, we gotta, when you're in this truth, like I was saying, all the brothers were saying, you gotta you could deal with women. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ditch that Christian choir boy shit, but do it with prudence and understanding. It's not wise to get your spirit entangled with these women in terms of thinking that it's more than what it is when you're dealing with them. It's not wise to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to say, at the end of the day, bro, like, you really can't take these women seriously, because when you read the scriptures, you understand what a wife is. None of these women are wives.
None.
Pretty much.
None.
So it's just like, at the end of the day, just like, have fun, like, do what you got to do. Don't compromise your spirit. I'm just being honest, being this truth. There's a lot of women where you just see them, you're just going to be like, nah, I can't fuck with this bitch. Because she's going to fuck with you.
Exactly.
I've been thinking about this challenge. Everybody that's in this chat, including Brothers on this round table, I want you guys to look out for the rest of this summer. Young High Flyers knows we talked about this. There was one woman on Instagram so far that has they be trying to post precepts and shit, and they always get it way out of context. One female posted the 3 magical precepts. First Corinthians 11 verse
John
3:16. No, not John
3:16. That's another one though.
She posted 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3, 1 Corinthians 14, either anywhere between verses 34 through 40, if I'm not mistaken, and she posted First Timothy 2 and 9, I believe. But it's like 8 through 15. If you guys can find at least before summer's over, so we have about 3 months left, 3 months in the summer, whatever. If you can find at least 5 women, at least 5, counting the one I just mentioned, if you guys can find at least 5.
Quit that challenge now, nigga. Don't even bother, nigga. Most of these chicks don't post precepts, no way.
Because these women be quick to, oh, God loves you, and la 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 la, all this dumb shit. I just want to see if there's at least 5, whether they call themselves Israelites or not, if they will post those. A combination of those 3 precepts. I just want to see. We got one. I couldn't believe we got one. I was like, oh,
That's what I'm
shit.
saying, and that's gonna be the only one, nigga. Thanks for bringing her out, bro.
Challenge over.
I really want to
That's
go down.
what I'm saying, bro.
I really want to go down to 3, but who knows? You know, as
Nah,
information
bro.
starts
I'm
to
just
come
being honest.
down, we might get 5. So I'm
Most of
gonna
these
say
chicks don't be
5.
posting precepts anyway, so it's just like they're not trying to flood their Instagram with precepts.
Hey,
They're trying to,
and we
it's
could get
hot girl
5.
summer, man. It's
But
hot
you know
girl summer.
what the ironic part
Yeah.
is? If they do that, they can't preach no more sermons anymore because those verses clearly tell you that you can't do that. So it's
Exactly.
Hey,
so
and
it's,
I
I
want
just want to see. I just want to see if anybody finds it between all of us. You know what I'm saying? Between all of us, if total of 5 times are really changing, Isaiah the 4th chapter is finally fulfilling itself. Our glorious future is at hand.
Hey, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that, bro. I'm gonna see this summer if I see it. I doubt it, but
Nigga, I
I'm gonna
already
see
know
this
I'm not
summer if
gonna
I'm
see
gonna
that
see it.
shit, bro.
Remember-
So I'll just be honest.
Especially after the how things are quote unquote opening back up and all that. Man, the scriptures is the least thing for me so is mine,
That's what
man.
I'm saying. It's hot girl summer,
The
man.
furthest.
Maybe if it was in the midst of COVID, but right now,
Exactly.
So
Hey,
remember,
we'll see. We gonna see though. We gonna see.
remember, guys, 1 Corinthians 11, either verse 1 through 3 or verse 3 specifically, whatever. 1 Corinthians 14, any verse between 34 and 40, and 1 Timothy 2, any verse between 8 and 15. Those are the 3 precepts.
You know what's crazy too? Because women in this truth, like you come across some women that know the truth and that claim Israelite and all that, they'll post other precepts, but they will refrain from those 3
Mm-hmm.
because it's extremely humbling to them to know that they may have some knowledge of the truth, but they're still and then they know they're of the righteous, royal line, but you're still a woman. There's still that distinction between the man and the woman. And like I said, just because a woman, she's trying to more days than not in this society, she's trying not only to prove to herself, but also to prove to others how much of a man she can be, how much like a man she can be. And just because she comes to this truth, don't mean that's 100% change out of her spirit.
Hey, you want to know the quickest way to traumatize a bitch? Tell that hoe to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, tell them to shut the fuck up or you're not listening. That's close enough.
or tell them you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
or hey, bro, if you want to try to be quiet when I'm talking. they might start foaming out the mouth.
Oh, shit.
But I wanted to. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you really want to get a bitch, say, "Oh, you love the Bible?" Well, Sarah referred to Abraham as Lord, so I'm your Lord now.
What you do is you ask her to read 1 Timothy 2:8-15. Just ask her to read it.
Hey, go to a feminist Christian, bro. She'll literally.
That's an abomination, bro. That shit pisses me off.
What it calls
feminist Christian.
Hey, but I wanted to answer Obina's question. He said, just to be clear, would your definition of fornication mean being a whoremonger?
Fornication is anything, any forbidden sexual act in the Bible. So basically, bestiality, incest, homosexuality, necrophilia, things like that. But it's any act of sex that's forbidden in the Bible. That's fornication. Just a man having sex with a woman, that's not fornication. But that's what they teach you in church, and that's what people say. Like, I know a lot of dudes be like, "Yo, I'm about to fornicate with this bitch." Like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? You're just having sex, you idiot.
Somebody,
you're not fornicating.
In the video on this, the guy in the video, he asked the other brother, because I guess he was a Christian, whatever the fuck that means. But he asked him, "Do you fornicate?" He was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
Exactly. A lot of these dudes don't know what that shit means. It's sexual wickedness.
And the thing about it is too, what Obina said, what's your definition? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Before you go, y'all gotta watch it. Man, I'm telling you, my shit on Patreon is gold. But the motherfuckers, the gay motherfucker, it was like a round table. Whatever. Actually, it's the that video that I sent in the group chat about the potential live stream that we do. I don't know if y'all watched it yet, but there's the gay dude. He's like the producer of the show.
That nigga said at the round table. He said fornication was having sex with a prostitute underneath the bridge.
What?
Fuck, man. What the fuck, man?
But anyway, Albina, to answer your question, go to Leviticus chapter 18. Everything that's listed there, that's fornication.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
And
be-
that and the reference that Ghetto Genius used too. A lot of people like to, you know, in terms of what he said about, you know, having sex with prostitutes. A lot of people like to say that that's fornication. And a lot of people like to say that that's a whoremonger, and that's not true. A whoremonger is someone who acts the role like a pimp. A whoremonger isn't a whoremonger is like a like a it's like someone who is in the acquisition is in the acquisition business of whores. That's what a whoremonger is, or a male prostitute, someone who has direct dealing with whores in the acquisition process.
A whoremonger, like basically, because what a
Someone who
whoremonger is,
promotes it.
that's a prostitute. But in the case of a man, it's a male prostitute, aka like a homosexual prostitute. That's what that shit is talking about. Because
It's
male
also
prostitutes
a
in the
pimp as
ancient
well.
world. No, yes, for women as well. But I'm talking about in regards to men in the ancient world. Male prostitutes, they dealt with other men. You know, women couldn't get no damn prostitute. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you go into monger, you know, when you go like into like the word monger, that's going into like, you know, direct acquisition or promotion of a specific skill, or not skill, but a specific, you know, trait or activity. That's what that's going into. So a whoremonger is not someone who sleeps with prostitutes. A whoremonger. Now,
You're
I'm
an
not
actual prostitute.
exactly. You're an actual prostitute,
Actual
or you're in the
prostitute.
business of promoting actual prostitutes. That's what the word whoremonger is going into. Now, I'm not advocating niggas sleep with prostitutes. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying if you got someone in this truth, because you got certain brothers in this truth who will try to tell you that a whoremonger is someone who pays a bitch to have sex. That's not true, and that's also not fornication either. You know, that's completely separate from both of that, because that's not unlawful to do that. Fornication is unlawful sexual activity. A whoremonger, like D-Ben was saying, is a male prostitute, or like the other brother, Saint Digital was saying, a pimp. Though that's what a whoremonger is for a man in terms of the pimping aspect. You know, so it's like you just got to understand what that the Christian church has diluted so many terms and understandings, and also you got some over righteous brothers in this truth who will try to tell you that a whoremonger is a man who likes to deal with a lot of women. That's not true either. You know, you got some brothers who will say, you know, these men are whoremongers because they like to have sex with a lot of women. That has nothing to do with the whoremonger.
So
Now, if you're a prostitute, that's different.
It relates to money. You're basically you're prostituting yourself for money. It's for hire. That's what a whoremonger is.
Exactly.
It has to do with money. If you just a nigga who likes to have sex with women, that's not a whoremonger. Unless you selling your ass to these women, then you're a whoremonger.
Exactly. If you selling your ass, or you in the business of
basically you're
promotion of selling ass, you know, outside of those two things, bro, you know that's not what whoremongering is.
But to add on, a whoremonger is also a person who commits fornication. So like everything that like bestiality,
exactly,
homosexuality, all that shit, that's also whoremongering as well.
Yeah, but you guys missed it. You got to make sure that you do it underneath the bridge, or else it's not fornication.
Shit's stupid. Shit's stupid.
I was like, where did he get that from?
Hey, but Obina, just to add on, brother, that's why it's good. I tend to use the Blue Letter Bible to actually look up what terms mean, bro, because you can't base it on what you quote unquote think you understand. You always have to look up the actual term.
My thing is like the church didn't even say underneath the bridge. Where the fuck did he get this shit from? Like, I've never seen that before. Underneath the bridge? Like,
I haven't either. That shit is just like, bugged out fucking doctrine, man. Like
what kind of shit is that? He was definitely on niggaplease.com.
I mean, Brandon, are there any other topics you want us to discuss for tonight, or?
I mean, my mic kind of fucked up, so it's kind of hard to. I'm just listening in. I was gonna say, y'all want to add anything else?
Hey, I just want to add on to the point that D-Ben was making with what Bina said as well. And that's true. You do got to go into the meaning of words and the understanding of it, and also break words down too. Because even when you just go to the word whoremonger and you break down what a whore is and a monger is, that can pretty much give you the understanding, even without having any context to what it was actually used, what the context, where that word was originally used. You can still get the understanding of that word if you just go and break down, piece by piece, the meanings within the words within the word. You can get some understanding of it as well. And that's not just that word, but plenty of words where you can break down the first part of the word, the second part of the word, get some understanding, based off of that. Then you can come to the conclusion of what the word actually means. Because whoremonger, those two have specific meanings. You bring them together, it gives you the understanding what a whoremonger is. So, because a lot of brothers will try to use that to push their own narrative. They try to tell you because I always say this: you got brothers in this truth, and for three reasons. Brothers in this truth are in the truth to glorify the Most High, which is of course, the most righteous way, the reason to be in this truth, and the only way you can actually even really be in the truth. Number two is to glorify themselves, and you got another third one is to glorify the woman. Those are the three reasons oftentimes I see why brothers are in this truth. And that third option of glorifying the woman, a lot of brothers use the truth as a gateway to do what they want to do anyway, which is glorify the woman. They'll mistake words they'll misuse words like whoremonger to get their message across, to try to have men out here, bending backwards and doing things that we shouldn't be doing to save women who are spiritually done in Babylon. That's kind of what their goal and what they're trying to accomplish, what they're trying to do. And they'll twist a variety of other scriptures as well, specifically when you go into Tobit, the 4th chapter, when it's going into how a man should get a woman of his own tribe and things like that, to try to say how you can't deal with women of other nations. And they try to, it's all really to glorify, really to uplift the black woman. That's why they really, that's the
Black
context.
Israelites.
Exactly. That's why they try to. That's the reason why some of these brothers are in the truth. So you got to kind of look at our brother's message, see which scriptures he's twisting, and then you can get an understanding of what is his reason for being in this truth. And if he's twisting a lot of the scriptures that deal with women, especially some of the misunderstandings in the New Testament, in the book of Matthew, where where it's going into how a man cleaves, to where a man leaves his father and mother and cleaves to a woman, how they try to say that means you're gonna have one wife and things of that nature. They try to butcher and twist scriptures like that, and this one as well, or the word whoremonger as well, when it goes into how whoremongers will not make it to the kingdom, things of that. They I think that's in the book of 1 Corinthians. They twist those scriptures to try to push their narrative of what they want the scriptures to be instead of what it actually is. So that's just that too.
Yeah. And there was one more thing that I wanted to actually talk about in regards to this live. And this is one thing that a lot of you brothers might run into when you first get into the truth. And it's a spiritual simp. I ain't gonna lie, nigga.
Yeah.
I try to save a couple. I try to save a bitch when I realized I was an Israelite and on this truth and shit. Like, remember what Malak said? Yeah, a lot of these bitches gotta die. He said it cold. He said, yeah, it's unfortunate. He said, yeah, a lot of these bitches gotta die. I'm gonna be honest, bro. None of you niggas should be trying to help or rescue any female until after the economy's collapsed and the society is falling, bro. If you a nigga and look, this is what I'll say. If you want to share certain things to women as far as the truth, be my guest. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not gonna listen to you regardless. But you can tell these women things about the truth and pray that they'll hearken on to it. But I'm gonna be real, bro. For you to be going out here and trying your hardest to get your mom and your dad and the last 10 bitches you fucked with in your life to change their ways, bro, you kind of wasting your time, bro. You can't save anybody but yourself. And if you see that to save the average brother is a tooth and a nail, just imagine how much harder it is for a woman. So this is what I'll tell you, brothers. Don't be a spiritual simp, because the only thing you're going to be doing is weakening your spirit to give to somebody who doesn't want her spirit to be changed, bro. The only time when you brothers should be worried about saving these women, because these women are going to come along, the ones who are predestined to come along. It's not going to be, oh, they're going to get it over time. Like, no. They're going to see that a lot of bitches who didn't listen are going to die, and they're either going to go to you and shut the fuck up, or they're gonna be destroyed, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So that's all I wanted to say
Absolutely.
with that.
Hey, I agree with that 100%, man. You know,
Yeah, that's facts. Sometimes you might deal with, she cute or whatever, and sometimes she might ask you certain questions about what you're doing, and depending on how her response what you, is what you share with her. Like I had where certain like this I ain't gonna really get too specific because I might post this stuff on IG and shit. Who knows? But um, she hit me up. I guess she's somewhat good, I guess, but I give her credit because like her responses were very respectful. Like I just assumed that she definitely had a man or something, or definitely had a father figure or something because her responses were completely respectable. And basically, I was just being straight blunt. I was about ready to get in her ass, but she was like, "No, what she say? I accept correction and things of that nature." And I was like, "Oh well, okay." She's nice, but it's discretion though, man. You just gotta pay attention to their responses and always keep in mind that the Bible's not really dealing with the woman, really, especially not directly. So please understand that when the woman reads it, she's going to 9 out of 10 read it from the wrong perspective. So when you start sharing certain information and stuff, you always gotta keep in mind that there's a probably a 95% chance she's gonna reject this shit. Especially if she's not especially if she doesn't even claim to be part of the truth. Like she's like a Christian or whatever. God loves everybody, bullshit artist. If she's one of those, she's definitely not finna hearken on what you're talking about. Like she would have to claim to be an Israelite to whatever degree in order to even have a chance of understanding the Bible in its correct context through what you tell her. So that's that.
Facts,
But
bro. Facts. Hey,
hey,
salute to J2K.
yeah, salute J2K, salute all the brothers that's in here. I just want to bring out a precept, to add on to what Young High Flyers was saying. This is the book of First Timothy, the 2nd chapter, and the 11th verse. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Just read it again. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. So, you know, if you're a brother and, she's not, learning in silence with all subjection, and her spirit's not right, I'm going to continue. And you shouldn't be overexerting yourself to try to save someone, like he said, who doesn't want to save themselves anyway. Whose focus is not salvation. Her focus not because the time period we're in, we're exiting the time period of trying to be right, and we're entering the time period of trying to get right. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like being right is not of the utmost importance right now. Getting right with the Most High is of the utmost importance, though. So, in order for her to get right with the Most High, she's got to submit to her Lord in the flesh, that being the man. She's got to learn underneath him in all silence, in all subjection, because he's getting the proper understanding he needs to get. With the Most High working with the man, the Most High is not working with the woman, so he's getting the proper wisdom, not to understand he needs to get via Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shah's wisdom, resonating with the man teaches it to the woman. So she's got to be in all silent subjection when listening to you, or else while you're exerting yourself, because she's showing that she doesn't get it. She's showing that she's still thinking that she has a part in, being able to work directly with the spiritual force that you're working with. You know what I'm saying? That wisdom is coming to that the wisdom is coming to you. She thinks it's coming to her. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have women out here who can get understanding of the scriptures. Of course, I'm not saying that. But in terms of breaking down prophecy, in terms of understanding deeper aspects, having that deep oil on them, I'm sorry, women don't have that. Yeah, and if you talk to any woman who fashions herself as an Israelite, or even a Christian who, you know, has some level of understanding of the scriptures more than most of these other women, oftentimes the more humbling scriptures, the more, you know, gut wrenching scriptures, she completely botches. She'll get other precepts right. She'll get other breakdowns of other scriptures right. And oftentimes that comes from a man breaking it down to her, but that's a whole nother thing. That comes from a man breaking it down to her, but she'll get that right. and she'll listen to that man when she's breaking down those precepts and understanding of that breakdown. But when it comes to certain precepts that hurt her pride more, she doesn't want to get that. So that shows you if she can't accept that, then that's showing you right there that she doesn't get it and she doesn't really care about her soul, because the Most High is about order. If you're truly a woman of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, then you need to hearken unto that order. It's just like with us men. We can't go directly to the Most High. That's why brothers who try to go directly to the Most High, they miss out on high levels of understanding and knowledge. They're missing out on about 30% of the scriptures, and because they're trying to alienate themselves from 30% of the scriptures, they're not understanding the fullness of that 70% that they think that they know. So it's the same thing. So that's what the man, because the man has to go to Yahweh Shai, but the woman has to go to the man. So the woman's trying to go to Yahweh Shai or to the Most High, which that's a fucking abomination. But the woman's trying to go straight to the Most High. She's gonna miss out on understanding of what her role needs to be, the position she needs to play, and ultimately her salvation, because she has to be underneath that order in order to be saved. So I'm gonna just continue. This is 1 Timothy 2:13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Actually, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go to 11 again. Let the woman, 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, was in transgression, because women are much more easily deceived. So a woman, if she's not listening to her man in the proper understanding of wisdom he's given her via the scriptures, and if you're dealing with a woman who doesn't believe that you should be the force that's giving her the understanding of the scriptures, and she thinks she can go to the Most High or go to quote unquote God, then she's out of order, man. And she's showing you that she's really not a woman worth dealing with on that deep of a spiritual level. Now, of course, you got to work with your women. So if she's showing signs of needing it, that's a great thing. That's the Most High, working with you and her, showing her, she's starting to understand it a little bit. She's harking. You got to work with her. You know what I'm saying? With women, you got to work a little bit more with her. You know what I'm saying? That, of course, understand that. But if she's completely rebellious to that fact, then she's not a woman worth dealing with. We're continuing on. Just because that deception is going to have her thinking that certain breakdowns aren't true, certain prophecy aren't true, certain things are going to come to pass, and ultimately the order that she has to be in it's not righteous. The order that she needs to be in, she can usurp that, which is going to be confusion to not just you, but everyone else that's around you, children, etc. But continuing on, notwithstanding, 1 Timothy 2 and 15, notwithstanding shall she be saved, and notwithstanding she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. So that's the spirit the woman has to be in: charity, faith, holiness with sobriety. When a woman's in that spirit, she's gonna understand that, hey, I gotta listen to my man. He's the one he's the one that's guiding me. He's the one that's leading me. He's the one that's giving me the understanding and the wisdom. I gotta hearken unto him. I can't go straight to the Most High. I gotta hearken unto him. I can't go to quote unquote Jesus. I gotta hearken unto him. And then she's in that spirit, this spirit right here, then that's when you can determine if this is a woman that's worth your time and your energy, to focus on her salvation. Because ultimately, when you're a man, the woman's salvation is in your hands. But if she doesn't care about it by not being in the proper spirit of charity and holiness with sobriety, and ultimately having faith, which having faith in what? In the order of the scriptures, having faith in the fact that the man is her head. If she's not in that spirit right there, then she's showing you, even if she doesn't think she is, she's showing you that she really doesn't care about her salvation. So why should you care about her salvation if she don't care about it?
Agree, man. Those are beautiful points you brought out.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, man. I mean, that was the last point that I wanted to hit home, bro. I don't want brothers to be investing spiritually in a creature that doesn't want to change her fucking ways, bro. Just save your money, save your time, basically save everything you have from a woman, and just get what you can out of her, and keep it pushing, bro. But do y'all got anything else y'all want to say? Because honestly, I don't have anything left.
Honestly, just to add on to all the points that the swim brought out, and you just brought out earlier, like brothers have to remember, like this isn't our society, this isn't our kingdom, this isn't our rulership. And as men, like for everything to be in order, we have to be in rulership. You know, over our families, over our women, over our land, over like everything around us. So like, brothers can't get too caught up in like everything that's going on because right now these women are our women. They're not. We
They're
don't.
not.
We don't control them. We don't like dictate how they conduct themselves. They're allowed to act based on another man's program and bring that into our homes, quote unquote. So like Brandon said, just have fun with them. Just get some drinks, go out, have fun, do your thing. But like in terms of getting attached spiritually, unless you find that woman who exemplifies all the attributes that are written in Proverbs about a good woman, don't take her seriously. Even then, if she shows that attributes, you still gotta vet her.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
you can't take
I wanted to say this last question for y'all. If you had 3 qualities that show a woman being a wife, quality woman, what would it be?
well, that she's meek, like humble, like she doesn't try to like raise her voice or be loud. That she's agreeable, meaning she listens, and that honestly, that she has a nurturing spirit. What I mean by that, she can like cook, clean. She can like she's good with children. She's patient with children, things like that.
Khan was a great trade, brother. Great trade. I would say number one thing that she needs, and everything else we can work on based off of this. But she got to have this. She got to be teachable. Got to be teachable. She's not teachable. We don't have anything.
Agreed. That's where the agreeableness comes from. Because person who's agreeable, who's teachable. And I don't mean she's gonna slavishly listen to all you said. Because even women who are good women, they're gonna like disagree with you on certain aspects, but they're gonna let you state your point. And if they don't have anything to say, like they don't have anything that they actually know, if it's just based on their feelings, they'll put their feelings to the side and be like, okay, this is how I feel, but this is what my man's saying. So I guess I really don't know what else to say because I don't know what he's talking about. So I guess I'll agree as opposed to argue because I don't, especially if he's saying something that I'm not aware of.
I mean, I'll say for me, 3 roles. Play her. She has to know her role and play it right. That would be the first role. Second role would be a fear of the Most High. She don't got that fear. She wasting her time. And then I would say the third thing would be like you said, being moldable. Because if she plays her role, she's gonna understand that she has to respect a man and look up to a man. If you don't have that, bro, there's nothing to talk about.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
Agreed. You just
gotta be moldable.
But what about you, Ghetto Genius?
Well, it boils down to this. She knows how to do 3 things. She one, knows how to shut up. 2, knows how to shut the hell up. And 3, knows how to shut the fuck up.
That was a perfect way to end this, bro.
Ghetto Genius, he wants a bitch who just don't be speaking. He wants to visit his family and like the bitch not say a goddamn word to nobody.
Hey man, I just want to be able to focus on the Most High right now, for the most part in silence. You know what I'm saying? Life is very hard for me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, honestly, Ken, you might need to get you like a Chinese woman or something, bro.
I'm saying.
I don't know if I need to try the Moab.
Hell yeah,
little baby who's gonna listen.
I don't know if I need a Moabite in my damn crib.
I said it. In my last song, I said, you a hot girl, so you and me don't need a dream. I'm gonna give me a G-Ling. Yeah, nigga, she is Chinese. Fuck these American women, nigga.
I don't know about a Moabite.
A Moabite woman, bro.
I don't know about a Moabite, bro.
Hey, bro, there be some bad ones out there, bro.
I'm saying, bro. And I was just talking to Brandon the other day about that.
That's raps.
Hey, bro. They low key though, I mean, oftentimes they be some. I mean, you gotta search, bro. But there be some nice ones out there, bro. And
hopefully they
be built like Jake woman, bro. You'd be like, oh shit.
I'm saying, especially you get some of them hoes from like Thailand, the Philippines, shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of them like Southeast Asian, women, bro. or the South
Was it a
Asian
little bit
women,
darker?
a
Yeah.
little bit darker. Yep, some of the women from like, you know, Laos and like India, you know. Hey, bro, shit, on Nepal.
Pakistan.
No, don't get
That's
me
more the
wrong.
Middle
Not,
East, man.
That's like Middle
don't
East.
get
Yeah,
me
that's like
wrong.
by Turkey and all that.
Don't get me wrong. When I said those three things, I was just thinking in general. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking in general. You know what I'm saying? You can add the fourth one. She can be nice too. You know.
You see,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Ken's an old school nigga, bro. This is back in like the
Hey,
1930s.
especially like during the game, bro. Because I remember I was with my cousin and I'm trying to watch the damn Clippers, man.
And they keep asking you questions about that shit, bro.
Yeah, she just keep talking about like her tattoos and all the time. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck.
The
Like,
most annoying
I
is when I'm watching football and my sister be like, "Oh, what's going on? What you be quiet? You don't go and get it. Just be quiet. Let me watch the game."
But you know what it is? It just to add the fourth one to it to be more specific. Not only does she need to know how to do those three things, she needs to number 4 understand why. For the most part, she needs to do those three things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Then you create. Then you be able to
true.
maintain the
True.
peace in the household. That's how that works.
She got to shut the hell up, shut the fuck up.
Look up. Without me having to tell her. Without me having to tell her.
I told you, bro. This nigga Ken, this is back in the 30s. This nigga would have a newspaper in his hand. He'd be like, "Shut up, bitch."
No, just give it a look. Just give it a look, man. Just give it a look.
Shut up, bitch. Go make me a sandwich. I'm hungry.
Just give it a look. You know what I'm saying? Or hit it with the cat wheels and Friday After Next. How you doing? Doesn't matter. Hit the trunk.
Hey, you tell the bitch to make a sandwich in 2021, nigga. That's domestic violence, nigga.
I remember
And you be like, "No, that's not domestic violence. That's rape."
I remember when he says rape. I remember when Candace Owens said that shit. That shit was so funny. She was like, women today get so offended you have to make a man a sandwich. She was like, no, get your ass up and make that man a sandwich.
You know what?
That's
the thing about it is with the rape thing too. They won't say it's rape. They'll say it sounds rapey.
Yeah, it sounds very rapey.
It sounds a little rapey. That's
Making
what they'll
a
say.
sandwich, you dumb bitch. Man, bitches are.
Wait, can we?
Look.
This
man,
is why the society is defiled. Basically,
I know this is 2021. I know this is YouTube, but I don't give a fuck. Bitches are retarded.
They are, bro. They are.
Oh, we can now see
That's
retarded
facts.
on YouTube again?
no, it's like you said, they don't like listening. If you were to tell her, "Honey, can you make some sandwich for the kids?" No, nigga, you make that shit. You make it. You know what I'm saying? They want to do
Hey,
like
ghetto genius. I don't honestly. I don't know if that word is banned, but I don't give a fuck, bro.
basically, it's like I remember Campbell Samuel said in one of his videos I watched a couple weeks ago. He's just like, modern day women are useless to everybody but themselves, and they're barely useful to themselves.
Yo, it was one of the
shit.
comments. It was one of the
Real
comments in Chronicles video. He was like, I stopped dating so-called black women in the 90s because they had none of those attributes. It was like the 7 attributes of the good woman.
Oh, you
the
said
Sherazade Ali. Yep.
I was like, damn.
I actually read her book, man. That was
You read the book?
good. Yeah, I did. I read it last year. Like the what's it called? Understand the Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman. Yeah, that was really good. I had a PDF about that shit. Honestly, I'll probably put it in Discord either tonight or tomorrow.
Hey, who wrote it?
That's a solid book, man. That's a solid book.
It
From what I've
is.
seen.
Who wrote it?
It's a woman called Sherazade Ali, the Nation of Islam woman. But basically, she breaks it down.
The 1980s and shit.
The 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, but she still be doing stuff. I remember I was looking on YouTube. It was like her like doing another thing talking about modern day woman. I didn't watch the video, but I just saw it. I was like, is that Sherazade Ali?
Wait,
she
was
looks like a
it a
grandma.
live stream?
It was a live stream, but I didn't see it live. I saw like the video because I didn't watch the video. I just like I sounded in one
Was
like.
Was it a dude's channel? I think I know who you're talking about.
I don't remember, bro.
Cause I know she was on that Red Pill guy's channel, MTR.
Probably.
Yeah,
I mean, she was on a woman. She was on a woman's channel too, as well. Like she still does stuff. Like, cause I just remember seeing multiple videos with her, and she was older looking. But I was like, oh, okay, she still be active. That's cool.
I was like, okay, she's still alive.
Yeah.
Hey, J2K says something about the Polynesian island women. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I think Yonde said they flaky as fuck though. That's
he
what I
said
think
they
y'all
flaky.
niggas. Yeah, he said they flaky.
Shit, ain't nothing exotic about the women I've dated, so I don't know nothing about that shit.
Yeah, me
You gotta
either,
get
bro.
you
I'm
gotta
gonna be
get you a
honest.
mixture.
I
The two
can't
is
rap.
she gotta be like them best combination be like one parent black. The next one is like some kind of Pacific Islander or Filipino or
That's what I'm saying.
Thai. Them hoes be bad as fuck, bro.
And the nigga has to be former military too. Then she'll know how to act right.
Oh
Former
yes, sir.
military, and for like
Hey, those do
like
be
you
good
said,
combinations. Though. I ain't gonna lie. You take a Japanese bitch, mix him with a Jake man, nigga
Mm-hmm.
fire.
Bitch
yeah, they do
she
be
got
fire.
she got the nice tan skin, got the long curly
Cause
hair,
then technically
and she got
she
the
an
Asian eyes
Israelite too,
too.
nigga. So her
Guys.
Nigga.
spirit,
Yeah, she got them and cat
Guys.
eyes, and then she be so
Mhm.
like demure and feminine, bro. So it's just like, damn.
Guys, how dare you
shit.
guys talk about black women like that? Protect black women. What's wrong with you people?
Man,
You guys
fuck
keep talking about race
Shut
mixing.
up, Sam. Shut up.
You guys are so disrespectful. How dare you guys?
Hey, Swin. Hey, that's the second dude today. He said, "Stay away from Jamaican women. I got a family for me."
Hey, so maybe I need to listen to y'all.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I was
telling you,
about to
bro.
say,
Like,
but nigga, I
Jamaican
could tell.
women crazy as fuck, nigga. They got nothing but demons on them.
I mean,
And
honestly,
you know they can
bro.
run fast.
Honestly, from the story Brandon told me, bro, and like other brothers who had Jamaican parents, I knew to avoid that shit, nigga.
the ones I done came across ain't all that bad, but I'm gonna take y'all niggas word for it though.
Nigga, you don't want to meet a Jamaican bitch, nigga. Trust
Y'all,
me.
they said stay away from women in the military. What they did? They beat ass, nigga.
No, they probably fucked every
Hey
other dude
man, hey,
besides
based
them.
off these niggas' advice, you might as well stay away from all these bitches.
Stay away from women in the
Yeah, I was about to say, bro.
And when it comes to the military
God
women, they
damn.
fucked everybody besides him. That's why he said that.
That nigga said, say Digital said Jamaican women could be good fifth wives at best. So what? You can have a fifth wife who's a demon and fucks up all the other four wives.
I was about to say, damn, bro, what are you, Solomon?
Hell no, bro. God
That
damn.
nigga say he gonna be Solomon in the kingdom, nigga. Shit.
Oh, you talking about Twin?
Yeah.
Why?
Man.
I mean, Sweat, don't you still want 1,000 Corey Ravens?
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, I'll say this. Before Solomon went off, I wouldn't mind being on
come
my
on, man. You better
Solomon
get that
shit in the
disclaimer.
kingdom. I just maybe keep it up.
You
I wouldn't mind.
You can't just say Solomon and that's it.
Before he went off, bro, I wouldn't mind being on my Solomon shit in the kingdom. I'ma just be real. I see. That's the thing. I have no problem saying that. I know a lot of brothers feel that way too. I like
Nigga, that's
women.
just too many bitches, bro.
I like women a
I
lot,
love
bro.
women too, nigga.
I love being around hoes. I love laying up with women. I enjoy being around women, bro.
We can tell,
You know,
bro.
I enjoy being around them. But you know, I'm not afraid to just say that shit. Like I wouldn't mind being on my Solomon shit.
I was
Look,
about
I already know
to
Sweat.
say,
I already
bro.
know Sweat. If we were roommates back in college, you'd be the nigga. I'd be like, yo, Sweat, let's go. I see you cuddling with bitch. I'd be like, this nigga ain't going nowhere.
I was about
Facts,
to
nigga.
It'll be like a Saturday night, and you nigga be cuddling, watching goddamn like fucking that 70 show or that some shit, nigga.
Hey,
I
bro,
was
ain't no
about to
wrong
say-
with
I was about to
that.
You see, that's why I'm surprised you didn't smoke, nigga. I'm surprised you didn't with all the bitches you be cuddling with and shit. Nigga.
I was about to say, Swin, you know way too many precepts off the dome to be talking about you want to be Solomon and that's it. Like you better give a disclaimer real quick. You better clean this shit up.
Yeah. You gotta. Yeah, that's true. You gotta clean that up. Yeah. You say that it comes off in the wrong way.
That's like
Solomon before
somebody
he
just
fell
saying
off.
they want to be Adam and just stay silent. What? What's wrong?
See, Anthony Menego agree with me. See, Anthony Menego know what I'm talking about, bro. Anthony
Well, give y'all
I ain't see his comment.
disclaimers.
I ain't see what he said facts. I mean, nigga, I like women too, but like I said, I mean, like, I just want like 5 or 6, so I can just, because 1,000 is just going to be a bunch of bitches I'm not even going to be dealing with. I mean, I'm talking about wives though, concubines. That shit has no limit. But
Hey,
I'm just
Why
be
don't you
honest.
get the disclaimer? Whatever, say anybody, but you better get a disclaimer first. Solomon.
That was me in college though. I was always the nigga that was like, niggas saying let's go. Hey, I'll go out, but the moment I see a bitch I'm cool, I'm vibing with, nigga, I'm dipping. Nigga, I'm dipping. You know I
No,
need a
nigga,
bitch over
okay.
nigga, I'm different.
I know you capping, nigga. You didn't step out to begin with, nigga. I know you didn't step out. I know.
Shit, I didn't.
I can picture, nigga. It'd be a Saturday night. You'd be like, oh, Sweat's calling for bitch. Like, let's just leave this nigga, bro. Niggas come back at 3 a.m. You still cuddling with that same hoe?
Shit,
Hey,
I didn't
but
go out at all. I
prefer my
called
show.
bitches over after the party was over. When the party was
Shit.
over, then they came over the crib. Shit, I
Hey,
ain't going
bro,
out with
I
you.
would just be honest, bro. I hated that cuddling shit. Cause fucking like bitches always wanted to cuddle with me, and I was just like, I just want to fuck. And they'd be like, can we cuddle for a little bit? I'll be like, no, I don't want to do this,
Hey,
bro.
nigga, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. When it comes to that cuddling shit, nigga, I be a simp, nigga. I be cuddling with bitches.
I mean, no, I know how to cuddle, but the thing is, nigga, after like about 2 or 3 minutes, then I'll start, creeping my hands all over the place.
But see,
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
it's like when you be doing that though. I don't know, but I like to just vibe with a bitch like that. I like running my hand through the bitch hair.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Running through their hairs, like sometimes you just bite on their neck. Sometimes you like
yeah, you know,
you squeeze their nipple. I'll do shit like that,
I prefer my shows private, bro. I don't want a whole bunch of niggas around me, bro. I prefer my shows private. I don't want all them niggas. I don't want all y'all niggas around me, bro. I prefer my shit private, nigga.
That's why I never went out. I was like, shit, I'll call the bitch over when she done partying. Shit, I ain't gonna go out with you.
Nah, see, my
Hey,
nigga,
that's
I was on that frat shit, so I was trying to meet a new hoe every weekend. Every weekend.
Nigga, I be in the scenes. I be in the cut. I tell the bitches come over when you done. Fuck all them niggas. Just fuck about this nigga.
Yeah, fuck all the bullshit. Shit, just come over when you done. Shit, you be alright.
Shit.
Oh no, it was different. Niggas be up till 3 a.m. Then go back to the crib at 3 a.m.
I had it. My roommate in college, my freshman year, was just like deep in party all night. Then at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, find a bitch, go back to
Go back home, bro. And then, but sometimes if a bitch didn't happen, then niggas would just either go to bed or, depending on who I was with, niggas would just stay up all night. Because there've been so many times where, like, literally, I'll be at a party, it'll be like 2:30. I'll start talking to a random chick, and next thing you know, I'm at her apartment with a bunch of other random motherfuckers and bitches. Like, that's the type of shit I'd be into. I always just end up at some random house with a bunch of people I barely know. But you know how like bitches be? They'll be like, "Oh, come back to my place. Let's smoke with me and my friends." I'll be like, "Big bet, bro." Bro, the funniest, bro. I remember I pulled up to a random chick's house I never knew, and the funniest thing, one of my roommates was there. I was like, "Travis," but I watched this nigga get kicked out because the bitch didn't fuck with him. That shit was so fucking funny, bro. Like, just imagine you pull up to a random bitch's crib, you see one of your roommates getting kicked out, some other hoes room talking about you creepy, you weird. I was just like, damn, bro.
down bad, nigga. Down bad, nigga.
He was down bad, bro. I ain't never cried so hard in my life, bro. Because one, I wasn't expecting to see him, and two, I was just like, yeah, nigga, you basically pulled up all the way here just to get kicked the fuck out and rejected.
Hey, but hey, real quick though, shit, I'm about to end it on that note though.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything else you want to say?
Hey, just real quick, Yonde said don't mess with, hey, stay away from Haitian women too. Damn, bro. I thought Haitian women were solid.
He said they feel like they fucked up. They be chasing you from machete.
Damn.
Hey, Brandon, is that true? Was your mom cutting niggas up with machetes, bro?
She Jamaican, nigga.
Oh, damn. I forgot.
He said
That's disrespectful,
Haitian.
nigga. You can't call it Jamaican. Haitian.
I mean, well, the shit. She probably would cut my ass for saying that. Then fuck.
Hey, me and Anthony Menego are the same type of time. He said the Dominican women too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, me and Anthony Menego on the same type of time, bro. Yes, sir.
Hey, but nah, for real, I'm in the shitty signal area, nigga. So I'm about
Yeah,
to right now,
shit is kind of staticky as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, just want to give
y'all hold on real quick. I appreciate all y'all brothers coming in. For last statement before we end it. Y'all brothers go ahead.
Just want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash. The Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Kathum, to all the brothers. The sincere brothers out there that, that watch these, get edified, you know what I'm saying? Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, hey, till next time. Shalom.
Yep. Yep, brothers. And like I always like to end it off on this. You gotta remember, bro, we chosen people. We have laws and statutes we have to follow. We also have a high priest, that being Yahweh Shai, watching over us, sending down his Holy Spirit to help convert us. So, brothers, I just don't take for granted what you know, bro. Because to be honest, being in this truth, like at any moment, he could just take away that understanding from you, or you could become like I don't want to go to the scriptures now, but the parable with the seeds. Sometimes the seeds landed on the stone, the seeds landed on the thorns, or the seed landing on that soil. You want to be a seed that lands in that good soil, meaning you land in the good soil. Your heart and your mind is right. You focus on the truth, and you don't allow a worldly distractions to get on you. That's the whole point why we discussed the woman today, because especially being a Jake man, understanding how Adam fell, how David fell, how Solomon fell, how Samson fell. It was all having to do with a woman. So like that's gonna be one of the main things to choke you out of this truth, man. Because if you love pussy and like you find a woman who you really like, you really click with, but she like not with that truth, bro, that could be a massive stumbling block to you and cause a lot of unnecessary grief. So brothers, just have prudence, have understanding, and just do your thing. Slide off on a lot of these toes, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Of course, man. All praise to the Most High. All the glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. May He continue to give us the daily bread, mental, physical, and spiritual. My advice: just make sure y'all not fucking prostitutes underneath the bridge. So y'all can fuck prostitutes underneath the bridge. Just remember that bridge. When you see that bridge, don't take over there. You know what I'm saying? Go beside the bridge, be on top of the bridge, under the bridge. That's fornication, guys. Can't do that, all right? But on a serious note, do your best. Let the Most High handle the rest. Stay patient, stay peaceful, and it's Israel's number one street soldier. I'm out. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Yep,
sir. And I just say this, man. Like Judah say, think with your top head, not your bottom, bro.
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
Yeah, you can end up getting fucked up, bro. You end up losing a lot of money too. That's happened to a nigga before. Shit.
Yeah,
Can't trust these folks.
We're gonna be here on Friday, bro.
You said Friday?